I believe, light, wild, jumping, junipers, mountains, storm. These are a few of my most favorite things. We're gonna start with a little recap. Last session, kind of still wandering aimlessly through the mountains in Yon. You started to try and find a good bearing, and to do that, you decided to close in on perhaps the windmill to solve the mist issue. So you were playing a song, trying to feel where the wind was blowing and follow that direction. Unfortunately, it ended up not quite leading you to the mill, but to something else entirely. A small goblin child by the name of Fenia had was spotted just clinging onto a rock as this kite was attempting to drag her off the mountainside. And she was screaming for help, but also she knows that she mustn't let it go or else she will age beyond recognition. She explained that her parents, they worked in Motherhorn, and that she got caught kind of borrowing some of the props and playing around with them. And as a punishment, she had to go and fly Enderlin's kite. Thankfully, the group sort of started to recognize that this is somehow a curse tied to the actual kite itself. And using your own emotions to sort of sway it, I think Ulric had to resist using some sort of confrontation in his mind, because it felt like for every ounce of strength you put in, the wind returned in equal measure. And so it was like Ulric fighting back his inner struggle to try and be like, yeah, you're the best kite ever, and then having this good demeanor seemingly had the kite take the wind out of its sails, and it fluttered to the ground, where everyone dogpiled it and untied these ribbons that the curse was concentrated on. But you made friends with the kite in the end, and I think you ended up even naming it.
Yes, Bozo.
Does anyone Bozo? That's it. God, that's racking my brain. Yeah, Bozo the kite has decided to tag along. Fenia, being quite a friendly goblin, was happy to show you to a little cave where you could get out of the stormy weather. And there you found a whole host of little mushrooms and moss and lizards. And one particular mushroom had poor Garreth trapped inside a mush room. A rectangular, demi-plane with squishy walls. And had a whole shenanigans getting out of there.
Me.
Eventually found the door, got out, and then decided to harvest this, stick it in a box. Now you've got a mushroom in a box. So you can enter back anytime you like. And the door is ajar. Yes, thanks to the doorstop that you found from the pixies. Ah, Feywild. After that, you guys decided to ask for some directions. Anything like a point of interest? And Fenia said that she did see there was this big stone throne on the top of a mountain. She also saw the strange chimneys. They're like beacons almost, and some of them are letting off like bits of smoke. And it's atop it almost forms like a crown of beacons around a lake. Other than that, she said that she doesn't really want to go back to Motherhorn, not until Enderlin's been dealt with, because she scares her too much. But her parents are still there. The thing she failed to mention was that her parents are perhaps missing their shadows. And as you guys decided to head towards one of the pylons, these strange lightning rods, you actually encountered shadowy creatures that slunk their way out of the cracks and crevices of the mountain, and they gestured intimidatingly towards you, and the jumping junipers jumped into action and effectively banished these shadows. They kind of all dissolved away after, especially after kind of hitting them with radiant damage. And when you decided to return to Fenia, several of you kind of felt like a little bit drained of perhaps your charisma or presence. Fenia explained that indeed, End, as she calls her, has these shadows of these scissors of shadow snipping, and they are some of the people who work there in Motherhorn, namely her parents. And you convinced her that the parent shadows are fine, no harm came to them. You're all good, nothing to worry about. Mm, let's hope that child never finds out, I guess. Otherwise, you might have another gale on your hands, as emotions seem to be quite prone to changing the weather. Anyway, that's where we left off. I think Ulric, you did eat another mushroom, and forget what did that one do? I think it was just
I it did
poison,
like
wasn't it? Oh, that's what
yeah,
the
it did like a
86
lot
eight is for.
of yeah, it did a lot of poison damage, and I succeeded on it.
That's right. Yeah, so we resume with that. Ulric's just like trying to keep this mushroom down without hucking his guts up. But yeah, I think
It's so much
you also just
damage.
it was actually a lot. I think you did finally try to get to sleep here in this cave as well, but you're probably still rolling around. Your stomach is aching from that.
What could have
Yeah,
done that? Oh,
that's what you just hear occasionally throughout the night. Just just poor Auric rolling around in his sleep, holding his belly. For some of you, however, the sleep is even more restless. Some of you are experiencing perhaps a nightmare. And we're going to tap into Baird's. Oh, wait, no, we're not. Zay, what's up?
Well, there was another mushroom we found,
Yeah,
and I believe
which
that
one?
one was the ogre farts.
Oh, God, yeah. I don't know if you ate that one or not.
He did not.
I didn't. I wanted to feed it to Vaike when he was asleep.
How on earth are
Why?
you? How you can feed someone something when they're asleep? I have no clue.
By crumbling it into smaller pieces and feeding it one by one, make it
Oh,
swallow, and then feed the next one.
why?
No?
I mean, that's very tricky. Give me a sleight of hand. Try this out, but I guess you are awake, so yeah, this isn't gonna work. 12. What's your what's your passive
Oh.
perception there?
Negative.
It's like that's
It's
14. I
10.
thought no, that's 10. Wow. Oh, hold it. Okay. I don't know how, but Zay is. I mean,
Garreth.
Garreth is obviously a seasoned cook and knows how to cut these mushrooms into smallest of pieces. Maybe even make them into a soup. That'll go down easier. But we'll get onto that in the morning because
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be doing this over the course of the night,
Yeah.
bit by bit. Sure. All right. Meanwhile, then, Bad. During the day, you saw consistent flashes of lightning coming from these pylons. Every time they'd strike one, they seemed to arc to another, forming like a chain. And as they would leap closer and closer towards their destination, you eventually kind of got a good image of Motherhorn itself, the mountaintop theatre. And it's as you're falling asleep that you felt like something was missing, kind of was shaking, and the mask was cracking, falling away to reveal some of Baird's more innermost turmoil. And in this vulnerable kind of state, you feel yourself being sort of taken away, carried with the lightning. Like part of you has been absorbed into that pylon, as though your very presence has been sort of lifted up out of you and into the atmosphere. And you suddenly feel yourself jolt forward in that space, arcing towards one of those pylons, and then for a moment trying to gain your bearings before suddenly another jolt forward, and you're yanked upwards all the way towards that spire in the distance. The cold grey stone starts to come into view, and you feel yourself being channeled and siphoned into some sort of grid, some sort of power or system that channels throughout the rest of this theatre. Part of you feels scattered, and you see the flicker of spotlights suddenly aiming down towards a stage. There is a audience gathering. With the light being so glaring on the stage, you can barely see any of their faces, just these dark shapes amassing, more and more pressure amounting, as you realize this is quite a large audience. They've come for a big performance, clearly. And you feel yourself being pulled slightly back behind the stage, where you're perhaps just peeking from behind the curtain, seeing these crowds gathering. And there's obviously the usual hustle and bustle behind the stage as people prepare or rehearse their rehearse their opening lines. And though none of your lines come to memory, it feels as though you're supposed to be doing something. And yet you're kind of almost stuck for what you should be doing. This place is much like the Big Top, but sort of darker turn of it. Less colourful, we'll say. Muted. The curtains seem to be more drab and patchy as well. Then you see a figure starting to stand to attention behind the curtains, ready for them to be drawn. And this figure is quite tall, with exquisitely woven silk, sort of almost like a ringleader's cape and adornments. They also carry in their hand a staff that's sort of twirling in one hand, and as they're sort of leaning to one side, you see the very similar silhouette you would probably have seen many times in the mirror, but you see the big tail feathers sticking out, see the tall crest on their head. You realize it's you. you're about to take stage. And you feel yourself drawn up and behind this figure, almost ready to kind of make the final push. And as the curtains draw, there's a quiet amongst the crowd. What do you say as you take stage?
Am I this figure, or am I behind this figure?
In a weird out of body like experience, in a dreamlike state, you feel like you're playing the part in like a third person type of view. But that is a good question. You're not sure whether you are the figure or simply a stagehand behind the act. All you know is that this is the moment when anticipation wells up inside you and you know you must address the crowd. And yet, what words come to you? And no words is actually just a fine answer to this question.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Too odd.
Indeed, it seems as it's too odd. And feeling like before, those shadows when they managed to connect to you, that cold, sapping presence, it felt like it took you and robbed you of this moment. The ability to open with a dramatic flair. And as that hesitation seeps in, you feel yourself being sort of dragged along the floor. A few like splinters almost digging into your back as you end up being pulled some few feet past the curtain into the stage itself. And you absolutely hear your voice. Ah, the expectant hush. The gleam of curious eyes. I do love an audience unspoiled by disappointment. Yet. And you get there's a few kind of murmurs and laughters from the crowd as you feel your face kind of stretching and your arms being kind of almost puppeteered out and widen to address the audience. It's like your limbs are being kind of like jerked around and like twisted and stretched as the spotlight begins to lower down further towards this figure on the stage. And from where you are, all you can make out is simply the silhouette. But as the light hits that figure, you feel your body being contorted impossibly along the floor, like you're being held on a torture rack, and it feels like it's being cranked, and your body is just stretched all the way across it. Lights, shadow, tragedy, mirth. How lucky you are to witness a tale spun by one who knows the weight of a well-placed pause. Like so. There's more sort of slight titters from the crowd. And you feel yourself pacing across back and forth along the stage. Still, this is an uncomfortable experience as you're being kind of rolled around on the ground, dragged around. The resulting effect is that the the body is just being kind of like beaten up, and you can almost imagine at this point anyone witnessing Baird is actually rolling around in their sleep. And I know, Garreth, you're busy kind of checking the diary every now and again in between mouthfuls of mushroom. But yeah, you absolutely see Baird kind of just rolling from one side to their bed and then all the way to another side, and they just can't seem to get comfortable, perhaps. And then, as the curtains begin to close behind this figure, they instead wrap up all around you. And it's this sudden, suffocating claustrophobia that coils around you. And it's completely inescapable. As you try to push one way and another, it's just tightening around your body. Yeah, Zay?
If I am aware that they are restlessly asleep, could I cast Calm Emotions to comfort him?
Perhaps. They don't look like they're under any kind of spell, but
I mean,
you
it
can certainly try.
doesn't have to be a spell effect.
Okay, roll a charisma check.
We're playing Charisma.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
No. Seems whatever magic you try to calm Baird's emotions in this moment, even if what they're experiencing is clearly some sort of restless sleep, there is a more powerful, maybe curse taking form here right now, that as your magic tries to layer over them, it finds itself sort of falling into darkness, like a void just drinking in the magic.
Yeah. Hmm.
Meanwhile, back on stage, this experience is absolutely torturous. You feel like you cannot breathe. You feel like you cannot move. The curtain, which was once your herald to the stage, has now become this betrayer and is now just trying to drag you up in its arms and strangle you. You feel like the ropes that hold it back are only slowly contorting around your throat. The fabric is no longer smooth and silky. It's this rough, almost like sandpaper-like texture. You feel the stitches where this patchwork-like curtain are sticking into you like needles. All the while, you hear the voice that's now kind of more muffled beyond, saying, "Behold, a moment in time, a breath before the plunge, a spark before the inferno. Hold tight, for I promise you this. By curtain full, you shall know my name, and never forget it." And there's this woo ah from the crowd as the crowd's almost emotions of fascination are just muffled slightly. It's almost as if they're witnessing what's happening to you. This torturous event as you're being strangled to death is instead intriguing the crowd. And as it kind of tightens around your head, the muffled sounds almost turn to laughter as suddenly you feel yourself being pulled back behind stage. And every kind of torturous moment is entertainment for these onlookers. It's almost as if they're relishing in your discomfort. And then I will say there's another kind of crack of lightning This one, however, almost feels like it strikes the stage itself. And it's so loud in your ear that it actually sort of almost jerks you awake in that moment. And you realize outside, a lightning bolt did indeed just strike the exterior of the cave's entrance. And you come to feeling completely like bound and claustrophobic. Like all your muscles are tense. You're in like a cold sweat. And, well, you suddenly push back your arms and like take a gasp of air as you wake up.
If from here, can we, like, even in the distance, is Mother Horn something that can be seen from this sort of area that we're at? Like, out slightly outside the cave, like if I were to look outside?
All right. Yeah.
Does it look like there's a show happening in Mother Horn? Like the lights?
Yeah, there absolutely is lights that you can see, much like in the artwork, right? There's different spotlights, and you can perhaps see there's a glow to them from here. You definitely can't make out anything on the stage from this distance, but there is light coming from it.
I know stages and things. Would they be the same light?
That's difficult to tell from here.
Okay.
And nonetheless, you see Garreth is sort of nearby with the book open. Garreth, you're the first to notice Baird come to consciousness.
Do I still remember them?
Um, I think we did we roll all these already?
We did right before
If
the
we
end.
did,
Yeah,
then I had
you got a
forgotten.
14.
Um,
There you go. Then, so yes,
Jack
you
got
had
an
forgotten.
18. However,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You got a 14, which isn't a success, but Jack does.
yeah, Jack would be able to tell that Bear looks horrible. Like all the things that are put together normally, like
Mhm.
their feathers, like they don't look like they barely look like they rested at all.
Hmm. That's probably Jack coming to your side then and going, Baird, you all right? You had a nightmare, I assume. Here, drink some water. He kind of hands you your water skin. It was
Yeah, Bear will drink some of it and just kind of go. As he sort of shakes his head as Garreth has not told him about the notebook of dreams, so he's just calmly goes. Just jumping at shadows, I think.
yeah. Hmm.
Mhm.
The lightning gives me a bit of a scare at first too. Like, hey, Garrett, don't just stand there. Come
Do you
help.
want to rest a bit in a more quiet room? I've got this nice house. Except the doors on the end and the ceiling. On the roof. Where is...
Yeah, I could get you away from the lightning.
Yeah.
There's only a couple of hours left until everyone else wakes up, so
Bear sort of shakily takes a breath and he pulls out his lute and just sort of holds it close to him as he tries to get his head to stop racing. And but yeah, he's pushed himself into the corner of a wall away from where the lightning from outside, the light from it, would be able to get to him.
Hmm. This tension and silence is suddenly broke by someone in the corner actually breaking wind, and it is Vaike. Unfortunately, that mushroom has had some
Dude.
unexpected side effects, and yeah, just this rapturous trumpet in the corner from Vaike probably wakes you up as well.
Please,
Actually,
side
you wake up
effects.
from your own flatulence.
Oh, what's that? What's happening?
Good morning, Faye.
Gosh, in 5 more minutes, I'm just gonna roll over and go back to sleep.
Oh. Your stomach rumbles.
Oh,
Almost
what
as
did I
in
eat?
chorus with Ulric's as well. Who returns the
what did I do to deserve this? Ah.
Clavicle's not asleep either, and so they're just mentioning. They're just gonna rub it in, mentioning. Well, you did eat poisonous mushrooms.
I
So
didn't.
it's fully deserved.
Oh, but it
Yes, you
shouldn't
did.
hurt. Ah.
What poisonous mushroom did I eat?
They shrug. I'm no snitch.
Who would you be snitching on? In this on me? I don't remember eating a poisonous mushroom.
Clavicle just waddles away, sideways across the cave. um, actually, maybe a joke will change the subject. If you do die from poisonous mushrooms, would you prefer cremation, burial, or half and half?
What do you mean half and half?
I don't get that one.
Yeah, went over my head.
Half and half, never mind, don't worry about it.
Is that build to
Jack's
just
like,
take
yeah,
me?
you should all get
I'm-
to sleep. A couple of hours left still. But
I'm ready to go. Take me, Zaelong.
I'm not. Don't take me. I don't want to go.
Take him first.
No, why?
oh no.
Oh no.
Uh,
That smell. Fake, what did you eat?
I don't know.
it's like something died in a swamp.
Oh, part of me did.
Oh yeah. Well, after a couple more hours, everyone is, I guess, fully rested. Even if it doesn't feel it.
Oh, long rest button.
Mm-hmm. My greatest friend. Long
My
rest
only
button.
friend in these trying times.
Okay. Everyone else who awakens does see a stranger in the cave that wasn't there before, who Jack seems to be talking back and forth with.
the others would genuinely, for the first time on first inspection, normally Baird is cheerful whenever they find him first in the morning. He's trying to like put in good impression. They catch him genuinely like frowning, like his eyes are downturned. He's just, it's almost like he's trying to be unnoticed.
Who's this weird, disheveled, upset chicken man?
Jack, what do we tell you? You just can't bring people into our homes. You can't. You gotta ask everyone first.
I
What?
thought it was our job to help others, Clapperclaw says.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Rule of hospitality. We have to be hospitable to people that are walking into our home, as long as they don't attack us.
I guess. I mean, it'd be nice to have maybe like a talk first before we let
Well,
random
you
people
were
in. I guess.
Asleep. They were cold. It is raining outside, though he was dry when I noticed him.
Yeah, look,
But he had a
They just-
very terrible
another-
night.
Oh, so did
Yeah,
I.
another
What did
lost-
I eat? Oh man.
I know exactly what I ate, but
Is that why it smells like someone died in here?
I think someone did.
I
Oh
was
my
gonna
god. Oh my
The air
Zybildo.
out and refresh the cave.
Gust.
yeah, perfect. Gust that shit out.
Well, I can't argue with your
Ah.
logic, Jack. If he's a lost thing, I guess he's along for the ride.
Yeah, just another lost thing in this land. Well, we'll help you out, buddy.
Well, what's your name?
Lately, my friends have called
They're
me
Baird. Yeah.
Whoa.
You know,
Your
there
bird?
is
You know,
so
I have
many-
I have a tattoo on my arm that says bird. That's crazy.
well, wait, are
Yeah.
you like famous or something?
Wait, can you sign my forehead?
I mean, you already got your arm signed.
Oh, you think he signed it? Oh,
Duh.
man.
But wouldn't you
Dude.
remember if he signed it?
You would think, but maybe he's just that popular.
Well, there is a theater in this land. Probably
I
a lot
hate-
of actors.
I hate the theater.
Yeah.
Oh dang, is your lost thing like your job or something?
He
I mean,
lost
I don't,
his job.
I don't think curses do that, but I don't know.
Hey, I don't got hands.
Yeah, Baird looks up and goes, "Yeah, I'm trying to make it to the theater."
Hey, we are too. Come along for the ride. Gee, I'm sorry. I don't know what
Get-
happened, guys. I'm gonna excuse myself real quick. Oh man, it must be this hither air. It's not. It's not sitting with me.
You know, you shouldn't drink water in different, you know.
I know.
The hither
This is
water is
yawn-
different from thither
Or the-
water, you
the,
know.
the
it's
yawn
all
water.
different.
The yawn
Yep.
water isn't sitting well. in my
Especially the
stomach.
yawn water, you don't want.
So, Chris, like, what's wrong with
Yeah.
you?
Oh, you just have awful gas for like several hours.
Oh my goodness!
We'll double check.
Just
Let me just. Yeah, let me just check. It was Ogre Fuzz, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, no, it's not too bad. Yeah, it is just awful flatulence for like the rest of the day, pretty much.
the rest of the day. I hope we don't do anything important.
Uh,
I'll stand at the back of the group, guys.
Squirt says, "Well, this land is filled with foul winds. After all, but up and at 'em, everyone. Let's get to it. We got adventure awaits." Galtic is up already.
Notice would probably say Perswamp is popped into the back of Baird's hood as Baird is like walking, but like normally Baird walks like high. Baird's like arms are on their elbows as they are just trying to like it's the demeanor is completely off. It is
The problem is, I wouldn't know how you usually behave. I got a nat 1 on my
no,
intelligence.
It's good. It's good. I'm more filling
So
in.
you're just
Sure.
a stranger to me.
Also, actually,
Just gonna eye the
Go
dodgy
on.
behavior.
As for you, Notus, actually, it's a little bit harder to see this character's aura. This seems to be more faded. Like others, you would see in a bright ambience, but this one's aura seems to be slightly faded out. And indeed, if everyone even takes a look, once Baird gets into the light, there is a slightly muted color to them. Like
Is he
color has been washed out slightly.
is he transparent?
They look. Are they?
Are they?
I don't, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at him real hard. Does he have a shadow and is he transparent?
He is ever so slightly transparent. Yes, very faintly. And as I guess
Whoa.
you've seen that in actual in person after that, yeah, you notice it in character as well.
Wait, hold on. Bird, come here real quick. I'm gonna like put my like hand like behind his head. Can I see my hand through his head?
You can see about a tenth of your hand.
Whoa.
Like it's still there's still very much like opaqueness to them, but there's the faintest part of transparency.
Whoa. You know, I thought me
And
turning
as soon as there's
green-
a crackle of lightning outside bed.
Mm.
Sorry, go.
No, I imagine the lightning interrupts my sentence. So go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, it does.
Yeah, go
Bang!
ahead.
A strike suddenly, it shoots right through, and the light flashes into the cave. And indeed, almost for a moment, seems like Baird vanishes from sight, just blinks out of existence for a second.
Well, that's
And
not
Baird,
normal.
when that happens, what you feel isn't. It's like a flashbang goes off. You're immediately disorientated, and you almost lose balance. Like you feel like you're suddenly flat on the floor. You can give me a dex save with disadvantage, actually, Baird.
Since I'm standing right there, can I try to help him? Make it a flat roll? He doesn't need it.
Yeah, they're okay, but you can definitely like, help steady them, like grab a hold of their shoulders, sort of thing, and prevent them from staggering into the cave wall. But yeah, it looks like they got caught off balance, and
I would imagine that this catching
You're there
Baird's
to
off
steady them.
guard, it literally like shakes the like even this sort of facsimile of their normal mask off even further, as sort of like caught by Vake's arms for a moment. And Vaike, you can tell that whoever this is, they look afraid. They like looking right in your eyes. They look deeply troubled.
It's all right, transparent bird. You're riding with the Iron Body brothers, and I guess the jumping Junipers too. So you'll be fine. No need to be afraid. Look, ask Fenia. She was super scared, but now look at her. She's fine. Is she fine?
she's gathering some mosses for breakfast. Hey guys, I made you breakfast. It's
Whoa, Fenia,
it's
thank
just
you.
like a whole mix of different mushrooms. It's all right. I picked out the edible ones this time. It looks
But
towards
they're
Garreth.
all edible.
I
Yeah,
think you could eat all of them.
Oh,
So I'll guide bird to come sit down and eat breakfast with us.
Mm-hmm. These guys are really helpful. They saved me from. Well, it was an evil kite. They're a friendly kite now. And look, here's your balloon. And they kind of. Well, I don't know it's your balloon, but they're like, here, look, see, they're on this balloon. Ah, yes. Morning, one and all. Time to stretch out those strings.
It's good to see you.
Well, good to meet you too. Are we going where the wind takes us this day? Or do you have something planned in mind?
I mean, we're still
That's
looking
what brought
for
us
a
to
way. We're still looking for a way to get an invitation to Matterhorn.
Motherloads?
I don't know where
Ah,
we're going.
he's found the reference.
Mother.
That's exactly what the reference is. Mm-hmm.
So we need to get an invitation there. Any ideas?
Squirt probably has the better idea. It says, well, good question. I know that it's usually only prestigious individuals with a good reputation that gets invited to these theaters. I guess we need to make a name for ourselves or something. Not many people know that we're even here in Yon, so I guess we get around and let rumors start to spread. At least that's an idea. And if you guys are open to anything else, Gloltuk's like, why don't we just kick the door down like we do with everything?
Goltik? I love you, man. That's the best idea I've heard. But I think what Squirt says does have some weight to it. We could give that a shot first. But is there like a town here? Is there like a city that we could spread our name around? It's just a bunch of stupid rocks.
Ah.
Hey, don't be disrespectful to the rocks. You know what happened to the
Flint tribe.
Yeah,
the Flint tribe.
the
when
cave
they were-
collapses. Rocks fall, you die.
End of the campaign.
Now you
Crushed by a boulder.
Maybe just something loosens from the top and just bang hits you on the top of the head. Gives you a bump for this morning.
Oh, dude,
Yes,
I
he
can't catch a
deserved that.
break. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I feel like my train of thought was ruined by that stupid rock.
Okay,
Was
the rock
saved.
suddenly turns into a mite at this point.
The
rock gets up, looks up at you, like
Are you
their
serious?
arms are outspread, like I'm right here.
Apologize.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Are we gonna do this
Dude.
right now, bro? Are we?
Look, no, I didn't mean any harm. Okay, I'm sorry, man. Chill.
They gonna give those like the eyes. They like gesture towards their eyes and then back to yours, as if like I'm watching you, and then it crawls
that a
back up into the
mushroom?
ceiling. Doesn't break eye contact the whole time, and it holds their hand up to the mushroom. And
And while it's still next to me, can I grapple it and then throw it out of the cave as hard and as fast as I can?
I just,
oh my
God!
I mean,
why do
yeah, you can try. Give me a dex. Oh, sorry, give me a strength check.
No!
Oh my god, get wrecked. Holy crap.
I've been
Yeah, you
humbled.
try to grab a hold of it. He just sinks into the wall. You end up just like scraping your hands against the stone, and it pops back out and sort of
Hey,
gives you a face.
I'll give you that one. You won. Beat by a rock.
Spits a few. It climbs back into the ceiling,
We could.
but it's watching you.
I feel its presence.
Mm-hmm.
We could go by those spires. To the south, there's that area with the footholds and what looks like a bridge, but it looks precarious.
You mean the cake? The cake mountain?
Oh.
Oh, yeah, school.
Sorry, you was asking about, is there a town?
Yeah.
Well, not that I'm aware of. There's probably lots of settlements of the Corrids underground, but the top is pretty dangerous. In fact, actually, people have been there is a rumor going around, and someone said that you had to beware the beholder with its large central eye.
I heard the
Chris,
beauty's in
do-
there.
Yeah.
Do I know what a beholder is, Chris? Like any like strong heart might have
Uh,
offhand mentioned maybe something I read when I was a kid.
Yeah, you can roll an Arcana check.
Bash a beholder.
Oh, I know what a beholder is.
Oh, of course you do. Oh, thank you, Ulric. Yeah, you're right. You do know
Yeah.
what a beholder is.
You know, the game that ruined
And a
everyone's
fifth-
life.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
remember it.
Yes,
How could I forget?
of course. Yeah,
But I'm aware
The
what a real
15
beholder
definitely-
is. Yeah.
I think so. Even with a 15, yeah. You've seen the game Ulric reminds you of, and yes, beholders. Dangerous outsiders from the far realm that take the form of aberrant, like floating, many eye-stalked monsters, effectively, that are able to disintegrate people into ash. Their large central eye creates an anti-magic zone where your precious Snickersnack would simply fall to the ground like dead leaves. They are dangerous foes. And yeah, Squirt just offhandedly kind of mentions one. They don't clearly know the threat of this. They just seem to know the rumor. And they're like, well, whatever that is. Maybe it's like... maybe it's like just a big... A big bee or something.
Yeah, I'm partial to let's go there. I think that that's a great way to make a name for ourselves.
Go where?
Let's go find this
Because bees
beholder.
have 5 eyes. Oh, yeah.
Beast?
Oh, yeah. I was just thinking because it's a beholder. So it's probably got a large central eye. That must be the central one because bees have 5 eyes. They got the two like compound ones, and then they got these smaller ones that are like light sensitive in the middle.
What?
And so if there's
What?
5, there'd be one big one in the middle.
No, I
What
think
do
you're
you-
forgetting the fact that beauty is there. So it's actually beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So it may not be a beholder at all. It may be a robot beholder or a Modron beholder
Ooh.
that has a beauty inside.
What are you talking about? Bees have
Ooh.
5 eyes.
They do. Look it up.
In what? My.
Pull it up. Come on. Pull it up.
Pull it up.
How Squirt? How am I supposed to pull this information up?
Well, there's libraries, isn't there? In fact,
Oh, yeah. Where do you see a library? That's the
geniuses.
problem.
Wait,
Hit
wait,
make with
wait,
the
wait.
rock
Yeah.
if it's true.
Garreth is gonna look up his books in his book a story about the bees and the flowers, and he's gonna point out here.
The
This
birds
is a
and the
bee.
bees.
No,
Wait, wrong one,
Garrett,
wrong one,
that's-
wrong one.
Garrett, that's-
this is a bird. And these are the bees and the birds. No, actually, Fenia, in a mouthful of moss, does say, there's a library in Motherhorn. Yep.
Mm.
yes, another thing in Motherhorn.
Mm-hmm. And collects all kinds of books.
Mm,
And most of them she writes herself.
So it's not even like fact checked information. It's just whatever she says.
Oh,
I don't believe bees have 5
Well.
eyes. All right,
But it says so in my book.
the one that you write in all the
Apparently.
time.
there it is.
Not everything I've written.
What have you written?
Okay, there is this story, and then there is this story. This story suddenly appeared. This story I have copied from Yarn Spinner's library. This one I got from Yarn Spinner. This suddenly appeared. This wasn't here this morning.
I look at the
Hmm.
look over Gareth's shoulder in his book.
You see a Twitch VOD from about 20 minutes ago. Of someone describing. Yeah, no, it's what I described earlier to the letter.
Squirt. I looked it up. They have 5 eyes. I looked it up. They have 5 eyes. That's insane.
Yeah.
I had
Told
no
ya.
idea. You're right.
Crazy
will-
world, right?
It's a crazy world we live in.
I will say to Gareth, that's my nightmare. Gareth.
Whoever wrote this nightmare seriously needs some editing lessons. This is a terrible story.
I don't
We should
think it was
rewrite
a
it.
story.
It always is a story.
Fake farts again.
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
There's gonna be a tension break every time now.
This place seriously needs some more cinnamon.
Oh no, I'm allergic.
Yeah.
I start farting even more.
You fragrance the cave. Meanwhile, Squirt grows impatient for adventure. Come on, let's go.
Where are we going, Squirt? Where are we going?
Oh,
Let's go to the big cake.
There's a big cake? Where?
Yeah, there.
it's not a
Where?
cake.
There.
I wish it was a cake. It's not. It's
It's a bunch of chimneys, right?
candles. Yeah.
I mean, if it has candles, it's got to be a cake.
Let's
Even
go
if
to
it's
this.
hot.
Let's go to this perilous rope bridge over here. I like the look of this thing.
We could go around to not go near the
Well-
pylon again.
Yeah. That was a deep canyon. We could take the high road.
We always take the high roads.
And a rope bridge has to lead somewhere, right? Otherwise, what would be the point of making it?
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Rope bridge means
Oh.
civilization.
do you think it'd be safe if we were to go that way?
It's
What
sort of
what
hard-
is safe in Yon?
It's hard to tell. That wind could pick up at any time, but we've done okay so far. I don't see it being too much of a problem.
I can try to keep the wind off our.
I'm not scared of some wind. What are they gonna do? Try to push me over?
I use Gus to push him over.
Nope, I don't move.
Roll of strength.
To be fair,
Roll
with his
strength
shoes, I
save.
don't think it's going to work.
Come on.
Can I
come on,
use,
come
Oh,
on,
uh,
come on.
yeah, that's true. What's your DC? It's gotta be higher than that, isn't it?
It was a save? Was a strength save?
There is a
No.
strength
Yeah,
save
it's a
involved
save.
in it.
Okay,
Yeah.
add 3, so 12.
Yeah.
Um,
12. Still a failure, right?
Oh, I get knocked over.
It's gotta be. It's your it's your proficiencies. Yeah. So I'm afraid it's not the shoes that get knocked over, they're firmly planted. But you end up like folding over and your shoes are still flat on the ground. So your legs are like bent backwards, and you're just like on your back. And then the stone drops again on top of your head, and you take 1 bludgeoning damage. As it like
Actually, it doesn't
people's
actually say
elbows
that the
you from the
saving throw.
ceiling.
It just says at 5th level, your gust becomes wider, capable of pushing a large creature 5 feet.
Mm-hmm. There is
Well,
a strength
damn.
save though, I'm sure.
It doesn't say anything about the strength save on there, but
One
way.
medium or smaller creature must make a strength save or be pushed 5 feet away from you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And at level 5, you're capable of pushing large creatures. So you still need to save, but it just the size category
That's
is
fine.
bigger. But yeah, the might comes down with a mighty people's elbow right on your forehead,
Oh
leaving
my
you
god.
opportunist right there, and then crawls back away.
He got me. I can't. He got me. That was a good one. His form was impeccable. I don't know where this guy learned wrestling, but honestly, we need to get him back in the haymaker. You see that, Ulric? You saw that elbow?
He might be better than you.
Honestly, like that's not ridiculous. That was impressive. Hey, you know, Mike, I'm gonna leave this.
Third
I'm
Iron
gonna,
buddy, brother.
yeah, we're looking for a third. I'm gonna leave this contract here. Just think about it, okay? We'll be back.
Okay, here's our card.
Okay. The card disappears into the rock.
We have cards. That's so cool.
You guys are gonna go back to the haymaker, and you're gonna find there's a Gallop door from Yon that is like joined the haymaker.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Business is booming. All right, let's go. This cave has bad energy
helps.
in it.
Yeah, Glottic helps you up, dusts you off.
Oh,
You say
thank you.
the cave has bad energy, but as soon as you will step outside, I need Notus to make a dex save. You know what's coming. It's been waiting this whole time outside.
Can I give
This-
Bart quick?
You can, yes. You kind of anticipate it at this point. You've been jumpy the whole time.
Oh,
no, just a 1. 1 won't make it. Notice you are struck as soon as you step outside, almost like it's been waiting for you. The clouds up above just sort of punch down with a bolt of lightning, and right on top of you, there's a charred section of flooring underneath your feet, and you've taken 9 points of lightning damage since it is halved still, but damn, that's a way to wake up in the morning.
I imagine that Baird goes to like the move Notice as the Bardic ends, but literally like their hand like basically passes through Notice as they.
Oh yeah, right, exactly. And same for Bear. Like it's also probably because you vanish the moment the lightning bolt goes on. Like before, you just disappear as the bolt fires down, and then you sort of reappear as it's back. And it's almost as if Notice never even heard your inspiration.
Is it crazy to say I missed the swamp?
No, I don't.
No.
I prefer the swamp any day than here.
What do you mean you're carrying the swamp around with you?
Look, I don't make fun of your
Swamp ass, that is-
shortcomings. Dude, you guys
What do you
uncalled
mean
for,
short-
okay?
What do
I
you
have no
mean
idea how this
shortcomings?
happened to me. I'm like I didn't even do anything, alright?
Mischief seems to like nuzzle up towards you though. They're like smelling the air.
Dude, come on.
He also misses a swamp.
Dude.
He does. He seems to be a look of there's an emotion of nostalgia on Mischief. Notice.
Oh my goodness. What did I do to deserve this, man? All I try to do is help people, be a good guy, and somehow I get afflicted with this curse. You know, I don't even. Why would someone do this to me? You know, like how could they hate me so much just to ruin my life like this?
Aww. That's really how you feel.
Are are you sure it's not funny? Actually,
No, it's not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. This is completely ruined all the tension that was going on. It's just, I can't catch a break, you know?
Baird will. Actually, I can't. That wouldn't do anything. I was gonna offer you a gulp of whiskey, but.
Oh, Vaike. Clavicle comes over. They're trying to also comfort you. Oh, how about a joke to cheer you up?
Lay it on me.
All right. You know the phrase, "One man's trash is another man's treasure"?
Yep.
Well, that's a wonderful saying. Horrible way to find out you're adopted, though.
Wow.
Right, Vaike?
Wow.
Oh my god!
So it's the Rain on Vake's parade day today. Did I miss the memo?
That's what we're doing today, huh?
That's what today's all about, huh?
Ugh.
It's okay, Vic. Maybe we'll be able to. Maybe we'll beat up a beholder. It'll make up.
Yeah, maybe beating up a beholder would be cool, but then I just fart during it, and like all the cool is gone.
Baird will make a little doo-womp sound, like doo-womp.
Do womp.
Womp womp. Well, you never know. Maybe it's a magical mushroom, and so the fart just dissipates because it's in
Oh,
the
I need the
anti-magic
beholder to
field.
look at me. Yeah, the beholder looks at me,
Yeah.
and the magic effect goes away.
That'll cure it,
The fart
or
could
at
just
least
kill the
suppress it for a
beholder.
while.
It's that bad, dude. Oh my. Oh, dude.
I was trying to
Beholder
put a
if-
positive spin on it.
Dude.
Might
A
be what's
beholder is
beautiful.
a giant eye, right? They don't have a nose.
I give up.
But
Even
bad
Glottic
smells
loves you
often
at
make
this
one's
point.
eyes water. So
Ah, yeah. Hey, that could work. We might
Let's-
need you, Vaike, for that. Like,
Let's just.
you could
go,
be our
guys.
trump card.
Sorry, Frank. It's not funny.
Ah.
Even Glottic, the
Follow-
one who's got your back, is even making jokes at you now. Uh,
I'm just gonna start walking towards this rope bridge. I'm just walking.
Aw.
right. Okay. To the rope bridge we go.
Yeah, let's
Um,
move on
jeez.
before there's another lightning.
I hope it hits me.
Oh, Lord. My eyes are watering. Right, so let's have a look. We got.
That's the trick with the
Um,
beholder.
Mhm. Oh, and Yon encounters. Where is it? There it is. All right. So this rope bridge up ahead, yeah, precariously sways back and forth on this rocky mountaintop. Though it looks as though it's still intact, it might prove a little difficult to hang on in this wind. And if Notus were to cross, there's always the chance that lightning just decides to ruin everyone's day and smashes it to pieces halfway across. But it is on the other side, it is the only way to get to what looks to be like this sheared, flat facing mountainside. And yeah, you're kind of like actually on that side of it. But yeah, the mountains look a lot more flatter in this direction.
If I look over the edge, like how's... I guess, is there anything down there, or is it...
The fall is pretty precarious looking. I would say, oh boy. There is a shelf some 200 feet down, which looks to be like another switchback path if you were, say, taking the low road. But and then there's another who knows how far a full, because it sort of descends into the mists. In fact, if you're looking out over this side, yeah, there is just nothing but mists in that direction. And on the other side, there's a view of the strange lake with the beacons, the pylon. But yeah, one side just descends into mists.
We should probably move over in certain groups.
Or you guys can all pile into the hole, and I can walk us across with my little slippers of spider climb.
Oh yeah, we could use the. We could actually use the mushroom.
Yeah, because there's air in that thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I can just like stick to the thing, and I can't really fall off.
Or we could have Notus.
Whoa, 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 whoa. We're gonna have Mrs. Lightning Rod take us across.
And also, if Notice is gonna walk us across, then we're gonna be trapped in a closed room with Vaike.
Yeah, and I think that's the worst outcome, right?
All right. Well, in that case, guys want to go clamber in and let Vaike try and do this, or
Sure.
Yep.
I will give
Okay.
him a bardic before he does.
all right. This is interesting. The way that this works is like you almost need only one person to carry the group at a time. You know what I mean?
How long is the bridge again?
Oh, the bridge. Look. It's about 60 feet across.
Only 60.
I can clear that in
Mhm.
like 6 seconds.
Yeah, if you want to rush and dash past the bridge, you can do.
No, I'll
It's
be
only
safe.
make it
I'll
only one.
walk. I am pretty heavy.
It'd only make it
so-
one check.
Sure, why not? Let's rush across.
Yeah, it'd be a slightly higher DC, but it'll be one roll rather than two. Okay, give me a. For this particular roll, acrobatics, because the bridge does sway back and forth, and you need to balance yourself, not putting too much weight on one side. Oh, you go. Wait, if only anyone was there to see it. But maybe Fenia will tell of your tales when you get back. She's just giving a little wave as you guys clamber into the mushroom. Stay safe. I'll be waiting here. And yeah,
Bye.
you're able to carefully balance one step at a time. And when you feel like it can definitely take your weight, you just make that mad dash across. Maybe even get a little bit of rope burn. You're going that fast. So you're holding onto the sides. But yeah, you definitely leap onto the flat surface as well. And yeah, your footing is very stable as it. You've got the big iron boots that kind of clatter onto the stone. And behind
just
you, the
spider
bridge.
climb down this
Yeah,
area
that
as
too.
well.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You can even just avoid the bridge in its entirety. But I will say, though, as you're beginning to make the descent, climbing down, you see it looks as though there is someone who has unfortunately suffered a deathly experience on the side of this mountain. There is the remains of a climber. They are still tied to the rock. and it's where these pittons and rope seem to dangle down, right? Like on here. As you spot it.
Yeah. So when I'm making,
You don't
my
need to make a
way-
check.
Yeah. While I'm making my way down, I'll like untie them and I'll carry them down with the mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the party, and then there's like a little landing right here.
There is, yeah. There's a small shelf.
Yeah. So when we get down there, I'll put the mushroom down so everyone can get out, and then I'll start to do a once over of this body.
Okay. Yeah, if you investigate the corpse, you find the skeletal remains of a climber tangled in an excessive amount of climbing equipment. There's enough pittons, rope, and gear to probably be like to make up another climber's kit.
Mm.
Um,
I could put it in the portable hole, or we can put it in the mushroom.
a reload found.
A little over prepared, if you ask me.
Do you know what they say? Over preparation can be just as deadly as under.
Is that what they say?
Usually, they is me under most circumstances.
No. I guess I've never heard that one before.
It's useful when you can speak in many people's voices.
Well, you can do that?
Yeah, I will speak in Vake's voice. But like Vake's voice when he's going through puberty.
What?
I'd be like, yeah.
Alright, get in the mushroom when you guys are done looking at this body, and I'll keep carrying us.
All right, here's a quick image of the climber that's perished.
Aw.
They do have a small satchel,
What's in it?
a scrawled note seems to
Yeah,
be
we
in the
Steph had a
satchel.
bad day.
We can
Oh,
put him in the
did,
mushroom
yeah.
so we can bury him when
He's
we're not
kinda-
around rocks.
He's kind of chilling, though. Like, look at the way he's, like, positioned.
He's kind of chilling though.
And he's kind of chilling.
Yeah.
Kind of
Like-
chilling. Wow.
This is like the most uncomfortable way.
Oh,
to
yeah.
go.
Just hanging out.
He's kind of hanging out.
We could put him in the mushroom so that we could bury him when we get to some place that isn't rocks.
Yep.
yeah.
Mm.
What's the note say?
Sorry, yeah.
Well, is it in?
Wait.
There is there's an ornate bordering and is written in a fancy script, but it is readable. It's common, and it starts with a question. It says, "How will I die?" And answered in poem, it says, "On a craggy peak, a climber's plight, stranded fast till fateful night." And it's signed, "The Dame of Unhappy Endings."
Does this match any of the any handwriting we've seen before?
Hmm.
Like maybe some letters
Good.
you found on a certain hag's table.
Good
Mhm.
question. Yes, those with a keen eye do recognize there is a matching handwriting. And indeed, the Dame of Unhappy Endings matches the same as
Auntie
ends
Lynn.
writing. Yes. Auntie Lynn, Creeping Lynn. Many names, it seems, and this is perhaps just one of them.
She's full of herself, it seems. But the others were too, so.
And you don't find any writing instruments on this climber, just climbing gear, ropes, pittons. So it's unlikely he wrote it himself. All right, so.
Oh.
Hmm.
That's the
Maybe
only
that's
thing
why
he's
he
got
had-
on him.
I'm afraid so. Yes, the rest of the body seems to have been decayed, such that maybe clothes have withered away from the winds and been blown into the mists.
As I place him in the mushroom, I'm going to whisper to him that we will take him someplace
Oh,
better
before even
to
Okay.
be buried.
touching him, Garreth will talk to the skeleton, see if he doesn't respond or anything.
No, they don't
Oh,
respond.
they don't respond.
No. They
Before we move
truly
you,
are
are you
dead.
happy where you're hanging? Would you mind?
Hmm.
Do you want us to move you to another place? So we can
The
bury
neck
you?
kind of the neck kind of snaps from the shifting of taking the body, and like
Hmm.
it just tilts forward, like, and just the head like drops
I was imagining a
to the
Monty
chest.
Python hard cut to skull face.
Oh,
But I guess to you, Gareth, it kind of looked like a nod as the head just
yeah.
hit the went down.
Oh, okay. He wants to be taken down to the ground.
We could take him to someplace a little better.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh, maybe he can join
Um.
us on the theater.
Does he seem? Is the skeleton look human? Does it look elven? Just out of
Yes.
curiosity. Okay.
Oh, okay. If you're trying to determine between those two, yeah, you can give me a medicine check.
No
Hmm.
idea.
It's impossible to tell without the ears, right? Um, it could be an elf. You really couldn't tell. And Gareth at 12. Your best indication would be if they had something like elven on their possession, but I mean the boots kind of looked fancy maybe. I'm not going to start describing elven boots, but maybe they could be elven.
It's only 3 pages worth of description. Would guidance help?
Yeah, you could guidance that.
They look like elven boots to my, cause you know I'm the elven guy.
I got elven
Yeah, they're a
boots.
little bit worn.
No.
Ah, they're pointy. They're sleek. They've worn, but they've kind of been worn down. So any kind of swirly or leafy like design may have been worn away. But yeah, there's a potential that they were elven, just not really able to confirm it.
Well, they can at least get him someplace better than here.
All right. As you crest this craggy basin, Vaike, the only other way, once you've reached the bottom, is back up. Like, you're going to get used to this verticality real quick. And that's probably why rope bridges are made like they are, since it's a great deal of effort and time going all the way down, then all the way back up, only to go and repeat that process.
Well, luckily
But,
we have
uh,
spider
Yeah, well,
shoes.
the spider shoes, the spider
exactly.
climb. Thanks, yarn spinner.
Yeah, Jan Spinner really has helped you out here. Otherwise, this would have been check after check after check, and that would have just been not only wearing you down, but possibly the players as well. So
Imagine
after a few
in musical numbers, Vaike moves across everything, like doing little shuffles.
Wow, we have a
right. After a few repeated processes of this, are you going straight down, or I'll give you two different directions that you can go in. One seems to be much flatter than the others. All the peaks of the mountains have been like sheared off. The other direction seems to be much more winding, and there is a path through the mountains, but it's going like a snake. It's sort of squirming through the mountains and around them. It's much harder to see what's over there, but that's what you spot. Those are the two different types of directions you can go. If you want, you
wanted
can
to
even make a
go-
perception check to ascertain a
Sure.
little bit more.
Perception check. Ooh,
Okay.
You have a bardic if you want.
Aaron?
I have a
Still.
bardic if I want it.
Yeah, I gave it to you before the
Sure, I want it.
bridge.
Hey, I'll take
Hey.
a 15.
Oh, wow, that makes it 15's good. There is actually a sign of a few steps on the more flat side. So, like, something's been hewn into the rock face. And you reckon actually some of the other allies of yours could actually walk up that mountainside. There are steps present on that one. And I'll say you can even make out some structures. They're very rudimentary, like just almost 2 blocks with another block on top. But that's on top of one particular mountain. It's like a stone formation of sorts.
Could
The
be
other
more
the
for it.
other side, you do see there's a little bit of sign of movement, just barely. There's something not on the path of the mountainside, but rather on the side of the mountains themselves, much like you are, seemingly able to defy gravity with your spider climbing. You see just distant figures moving up and down the mountain as easily as you are.
Yeah, I'm good on that. Let's go down here. Civilization.
All right.
You're gonna let
Now-
people out of the box as soon as we get to a safer walking space.
Yeah, as soon as we get to the stairs where people can start walking, I'll pop the mushroom down so everyone
Sounds
can
good.
pop out.
All right.
Is that a
Okay,
chessboard?
then everyone.
Chessboard.
You'll soon see. Got to get up there first, but clinging to the side of this walkway with nothing but mist below you, you see a rough hewn steps into the side of the mountain that seem to lead up and around it, corkscrewing to the summit. And let me take you to the map. Yon. Very henge. All right.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. That's some crazy lightning on you on the top right there.
It looks-
Let's just move that.
Oh, yeah,
Wow,
it's
I
some
forgot I put
crazy
that one
light.
there. That's dancing, yeah. All right, I hope that's not too distracting. Anyway, the location that when you reach the top is very bizarre. It's not what you expect out here. There is indeed signs of civilization. Quite well educated ones, perhaps, as there is indeed a chessboard. I'll drag your tokens out. Hey, nope, that didn't work. Hey, there we go. It's crowded. Just move these boys to the back. Okay, there we go. All right, so when you get to the top, brief description. There is a boulder-strewn plateau standing in a circle of 8 megaliths. And in the center of the henge, a small checkered game is being played on a board. There's stone playing pieces resting on the ground near the dying embers of a campfire. I don't see a campfire. What's he talking about?
Right here.
Oh yeah, there is one actually. Oh yeah,
Doused.
I forgot that was there. Yeah, very doused. Yeah, it's raining hard, and that's putting it out. So it's the tiniest bit of smoke coming from it.
Rest of the
And before you
jig.
ask, yes, these do look like mushrooms.
Hello?
Oh,
Is
How you
there
call out hello?
is there
No
anyone here?
response.
Does any of these stones look like flint?
Yes, actually. There is a great deal of different minerals. You can see like obsidian and
Yes,
and
see,
flint.
And then there's probably quartz, clay. This is the gathering place.
Oh, where
Yeah.
is there any chords here now? And I'll sort of like say it out loud to everything. See if there's anyone here.
Hmm. No response still.
Hmm. If I go look at
Of the types
chessboard.
of mineral, you see these types. You look at the
Oh, they're
chessboard.
quartz. Okay.
Okay, a brief look at the chessboard. You can see there seems to be a game underway. There's two sets of playing pieces. One is made of shale, the other of chalk, and they're sculpted into the tiny forms, cloven hooved creatures with wild beards and hair that you've seen before.
Mm.
And as you study the board, can you give me an intelligence insight check?
Intelligence.
Bed.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm definitely.
I know, right?
Oh.
Whoa! Hey.
I played chess with a wizard once.
Yeah, maybe. You determine that slate can beat chalk, perhaps in a single move, and you can judge as well, possibly that it is indeed Slate's turn. And I will drag you to another map, as this is.
Oh,
There you go.
can I
Yeah.
make that move?
I will say that you with the roll, you can pretty much determine that.
Yep.
Say, are you pointing something out?
No.
No, you can't see anything on the map, can you? Just the pieces. There's no
I
like.
see pieces. No, I'm just pointing
Just
at the
the
place
pieces.
where I believe where I should put a piece to end the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll let you finish what you were saying because you said I could see it. So
No. You can see there is potentially a way to end the game in a single move. Yeah, and if you can see it, I'll let you have it. If and Zay, you can jump in as well if you want to point that
It's-
out.
Wait,
Just
hold on.
so
Let me
that
figure
you
it
can
out.
have the.
honestly, like I'm just trying to figure out what the pieces are.
This is a queen.
That's right.
Yeah, if that's a queen, then it's queen to
Oh yeah, it's queen here.
A,
No.
B, C, D, E, F2.
Oh.
It's queen. It's moving the queen right here because then it's
Oh
protected by a
yeah.
pawn.
Oh yeah. I suck at chess. I'm not even gonna pretend.
Yeah, absolutely. It does appear as though the king can't take queen because the pawn will take the king.
Hmm.
And yeah, you intuit that with your insight check.
Yeah. Is this like a massive chessboard? Is this like a normal sized chessboard?
This is it seems massive, doesn't it, on here? There's different interpretations of this particular.
I just will
part,
use the
so-
I will either use, depending on size, I'll either use Minor Domain's Mage Hand to move it, or I'll use Minor Domain's 5-foot move to move it, depending on the size of the board.
Yeah.
But it's effectively the same thing. I just sort of
Let's go with Mage Hand. We'll say that this whole board is on the actual stump, right? And it's made
Yeah.
to look like Lockberry Henge itself. So this is actually just a table that you're looking at. Okay, so yeah, you just looking at the piece, and as soon as it comes to your mind, you just have the piece slowly grind and move into place. And as soon as that happens, shame to not be on this map a little bit longer. It's a beautiful map, but we're going back, jumping back here. That's good. I mean, pretty easy. If you know chess, you know chess. Okay. All right. There is a. Let me think. Let's check. There is a laughter coming from one of the nearby stones.
Chris, while they were doing chess, I was looking around. You had described there's shale, chalk, flint, granite, all that. All of these pillars are each
Mhm.
one of those materials, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So like this one's probably marble. One of these is probably granite. I can't tell exactly, but
Obsidian.
yeah, the Koron we had, the guys we met, they were flint.
Uh-huh.
Is this the flint one?
Uh-huh. No, that's granite.
This looks like flint.
This is flint.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Can I go over and look at it while they were playing chess, just to see if I see any markings that are vaguely familiar?
Mm-hmm.
They're
No,
vaguely
there's no
familiar.
markings.
Takes notice of them.
Just you can roll an investigation check, but initially when you look at it, you don't see any markings. It's not really
Investigation check.
Investigation, yes.
okay. We're pushing it now.
If that's not enough, I can add a D10 to it.
It's not enough, but yeah, you can add
16.
16. Okay. As you're looking over it, there does appear to be maybe some sections that look vaguely more like the shape of someone, like a figure, like shoulders, arms, and that ilk. But it's very faint, and it's clearly not meant to be like obvious or anything like that. But it's the shape of a Korred, barely made out in the stone.
So
Right,
it's
so-
noticeable.
To you, when you really look carefully, yeah, just barely.
What do you make of this, Sir Goldtick? You see this little figure in here in the pillar?
It's like a slight indentation,
He is
like a hole.
he is proficient in perception. Does that help him?
Okay, yeah, sure. Maybe it's still more investigation based
Oh, okay.
because, yeah, just looking at the rock, you wouldn't really see it. It's more like you're like feeling there's like an indentation and really getting in close to carefully examine it. And he's like, huh, it's like a hole for a person. Maybe my hole's around here, like a Baltic shaped hole.
Oh, okay,
In the
okay,
mountain.
okay.
Ugh.
No. We're not doing that.
I
No,
found my hole.
Goldtick.
It's-
No, Goldtick.
It's
we're
my
not,
hole.
we're not-
This is for me.
No, Goldtick. We are not doing that.
We're not. I'm a Garreth faulting it here.
We are not gonna do that. Is it like this hole we're talking
Yeah.
about? Would you say it's like the size of like a chess piece?
No, it's bigger than
No.
that. It's the
Okay,
same
bigger.
size as a Korred. Yeah.
It's
But the chess pieces are tiny.
See, the gears were turning in my head and they're off now. We lost power.
Hmm.
very
Maybe if we
piece.
bring back one of those little guys, you can put them in here.
If you were looking at those holes, would it be more like if someone were to hide in there, that's the kind of shape it makes? Or is it more like you have to put it in there to make
What
the
if they were
stone complete?
born from
Yeah.
here?
So it actually is not big enough to fit an entire Korred in there. It's just like the slight indentation. So
You're looking at a butt
imagine
spot.
if someone yeah, right, a butt groove. Yeah, you're looking at a butt groove, dude. This whole time
Oh,
you're investigating a butt groove.
Wait,
That's right. It's like as if you fell in the snow and made a snow angel. This is like as if someone made a rock angel.
okay, as soon as I come to that revelation, I'm gonna snap and I'm gonna look at the rest of the pillars. Do they also have these butt grooves, and are any of these butt grooves filled?
Yes, it's this one at the bottom, and this one up here.
They're filled?
Yes. There's no indentation in those.
Oh shit.
They're pretty flat. Yeah. And I guess it's at that point as
Yeah.
Baird moves the piece
Don't
into place.
burn! No! And then he moves it in place.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You hear? Oh, you're very, very like unaware of what's going on, but there's a sudden laughter coming from one of them. See, I knew it. I told you I could win. And bursting out of the stone and rolling onto the floor is a Korred. And you hear they are cheering. They're like, yes, woohoo!
Hmm?
I win! I win!
What did you win?
Yeah, they seem overjoyed. I won it. I won the chess game, of course.
You didn't beat the king.
You hear a
Fair
sigh.
kids.
Those are my pieces. So looks like you did it. We did it as a team. And they start hopping from one foot to another, doing a little jig and dancing.
I like this guy. He's got spunk.
I look over at the other rock that he's like
Mhm.
obviously talking at.
Mm-hmm.
Because I presume he's
And
looking
they're
at one
directing
specific-
it
Yeah.
at this one. And you hear a sigh, and you hear the kind of crack of stone as stepping out of the big monolith, the hinge, and dropping out to the floor is a slightly bigger Korred than the rest,
Oh.
Whoa.
with wild hair and furrowed brow. And they're like, I see. You've helped my Zelda. Well, well done. Good show, good game. I would have liked to have beat you on your own, but it looks like you had some help.
I do apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt. Just didn't seem like there was anyone here.
That would be because we don't really know who to trust in these lands. We saw you coming from a mile off and decided to hide it away for safety reasons.
Was it the metal boots? Was I loud?
It was the smell and the wind.
Oh.
Well,
We were supposed to be staying hidden, my Zelda. Oh, sorry, I got a little carried away. Apologies, Argantel. They take a little mock bow.
It's we're cool. Don't worry. We've met. We're friends with some other
Pogots?
some other
Oh,
yeah, the Corins, the Flint tribe. We're friends with them.
yeah. what
help
was
them
the
deal
leader?
with the problem.
Oh,
You met Budok.
Budok.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah, that's the guy.
They were having problems
Ah.
with some little fellas.
They angered the mountain, and the mountain was angry at them. And we helped to make up.
Hmm. They nod. Well then, if you're helping out the Corrids, I guess that makes you all right. The Corrids tribes are a little splintered at the moment. We're all over the place. It's just me and my Zelda at the moment.
It seems like you guys used to have quite the party, judging by all the butt grooves and all the pillars up here. Seems like everybody was hanging out up here.
Once upon a time, yes, but they've all gone their separate ways. Sadly.
The Flump seemed interested in bringing everyone back together. Is that something that you'd be interested in?
She kind of raises her eyebrow. Udok said that?
Yeah. Is there a
My
reason why you
Zelda
shouldn't?
speaks up and says, maybe it's time we reunite the clans, my queen.
As soon as the word
Kind of
queen
roll
comes
over
out,
to their side.
Baird will like bow like he had been completely unaware of what was going on. He's like, wait a minute, royalty? What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I smell and I'm
Yes.
guilty.
You're standing in the presence of Argental, the correct queen.
Hmm.
And Argental says, please, my Zelda, the queen of what? Like,
This is Vaike, the Witchlight monarch.
Aye.
We are emissaries of Sabilna, the queen of these lands.
Yeah, I'm Zybilna's champion.
oh,
And we're
well,
friends of the will of the Feywild.
greetings. She does a little curtsy, and nonetheless
About.
she says, well, I don't really wear all the big, jewels and crowns and all that nonsense. I don't really much feel like a queen these days, It's there's not much to rule over. Not much worth ruling. He gestures around. Crackle of lightning strikes a tree, sets it ablaze.
Mhm.
She sighs. The prospect of reuniting the Corrids it's a nice dream, but I don't think it even possible.
Well,
How so?
How come?
We're too scattered, and some of the tribes have their own issues and problems they have to deal with, and it's too much to ask them to drop everything they've got going on for a family reunion.
What if we went and we fixed all those problems so you guys can have a big old family reunion?
It's
I
easier
wouldn't
to fix
ask of you.
individual problems if you're in a group. We don't mind helping.
See, we're
We'll
trying.
roll insight checks as well. Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'll insight. I'm great at this.
And what was you saying, Vaike? We're trying to.
I was just gonna say we're trying to get a reputation out here in Yon. And what better way than to do the impossible?
Impossible. There's a general reluctance from them. You can tell Garreth and Vaike definitely. And Notus, you can roll insight as well. As a reluctance. Yeah, you're picking that up as well, actually. It seems as though, as she's saying this, she actually is playing with a section of her hair, as she's saying, oh, no, there's no need, and talking about, wistfully as though this is a dream. She's playing with a section, and the section of her hair that she's sort of pouring at is very clearly cut. Its strand doesn't end in a kind of natural way. It's just a flat sort of end to one of the strands. To a big chunk of them. In fact, it's a clump of hair that is just missing, and it doesn't look like a particular style, you would say. It's more it's more like sticking out like a sore thumb.
Wouldn't be
And
any less
yeah,
than
the
we did in
general reluctance
it wouldn't be any
feels
less
like
than we
this
did in
is
the other two regions of Prismere.
Well, there's the shale and chalk, and
We've
you'll
already
need to
got the
find a
flint on our
zil
side.
of granite.
We've already got
There's
3.
yana
Might as
of
well do the other
basalt.
5.
Oh,
Because what's a 3 without an 8?
she kind of smiles at that and sort of maybe starts to warm up to the idea. He goes, "All right, well, if you're that insistent, I can tell you where to find the rest. I went I know where Yana of basalt and Null of obsidian, Mallow of marble. They're most of them are subterranean,
Mm.
deep below the ground. You can get to them through tunnels. There's a different trick to finding each one, but you gotta know what tremors you're feeling out for, or what veins in the rocks.
Mm.
Certain sediments you can follow, like guidelines.
Hmm.
Like Leyline.
Yes, precisely. I guess the corrids are the sort of binding ties of the land.
Makes
We used to
sense.
stretch as far as the eye could see.
Makes sense. That hair of yours is quite a visual representation of such.
Except there appears to be a new type of ley line going around these days. Some sort of lightning network. Blasted things keep zapping. Couldn't tell you what they're for, but
Mhm. Bear just thinks about whatever, like the thing that he had, like this dream, like what had happened. He just
hmm.
Mm.
Shouldn't we just take down those pillars?
With the cords, wouldn't it
You
be
can
easier
try.
without?
We've done some damage to one of them in the past, though to a great deal of pain. Clearly, they discharged lightning, but after a while, some strange darklings came by with hard hats and tools, and they repaired the darn thing whilst we were sleeping.
Mm.
So they do have some sort of, I don't know, maintenance crews, you could
Hmm.
say.
I
That's only one problem. Meanwhile, we got the damn Briganox making a damn mess of this place as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they made a few of them. Certainly seem like their design.
the what now?
Briganox.
Mm.
This notice you see their emotion switch to that of like a hateful disdain. They say Briganox are loud, annoying creatures that clearly have sided with End. All we can hear is the Sound of their pickaxes tapping away down below, keeping us all awake.
Hmm.
And they've been making contraptions for that hag. I think these were some sort of their design.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Crafty little buggers.
Ulric, you think you might find some contraptions tasty? Is contraptions a large enough word for you?
Oh, I know just what that means.
All right. Let me just tell you how this is spelled. Yeah. Oh, damn, there it is. Right. Trying to find common in this list. There you go. It's spelled like that. Briganox.
Briganox.
Mm-hmm. Tiny little rat folk, you could say. There are just endless swarms of them.
Rat?
Rat-like, you know, they got like the little pointy whiskers and the hunched kind of
So you would call
demeanor.
them rats?
Oh, rats!
Mousy, sort of. They don't have tails, but
Not all rats have tails.
no. Come to think of it, they kind of look more like a mole, maybe. It's hard to describe them. But they're pretty tiny fellas. Pointier ears. Yeah, like cross between like a bat, a mole, and a rat.
Is there any
Anyway.
of them in particular?
That's not the most peculiar thing about them. The strangest part about them is their weird sort of glowing light that follows them around. It's like a bulb of pale light that just floats alongside. Very strange.
Like a sun?
No, more. I guess more like a moon, but kind of wispy like.
Is it a Wellow?
That's pretty apt comparison. Aye, yeah. That's like what I would call them. But they seem to follow them around like almost as if they're tied to them. Small like little bit of wisp of light connects to their body. It's almost like their soul has left their body.
I mean, when you're dealing
All the
with
more
hags,
reason not to trust them.
when you're dealing with hags, could very well be.
Hmm. Jack kind of clears his throat when they say all the more reason not to trust someone without a soul, effectively. And Jack looks up at Notus.
I just sort of look at him and shrug.
So, which one do you suggest we start with? Anyone in like dire need or turmoil or? Well, we have my Zelda here. She's from Slate, and Slate has fallen on some harder times. Do you care to tell them, perhaps? Yeah, they say. Oh, of course. Well, you're saying that we got 3 of the tribes already? I would say more like 2 at the moment. We don't really have a leader of the Slate clan. I'm afraid they They passed away. And I've recently become appointed, although I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still young. I don't know how to lead a tribe. And so I'm sort of maybe skirting my duties.
Cabert is going to sit down and go. Says the one who's here, speaking to the queen, encouraging her to bring you all back together.
Uh,
Say
true.
you're skirting duties, but it seems that you are doing it better than many of the rest of the leaders here.
At least you are here.
You're too kind. I'm not good enough to lead, though. I struggle with just the day-to-day responsibilities, let alone the intricacies of governing an entire clan.
So does every leader.
But when all the clan leaders are together, that's what you got your gathering for.
Queen.
You can ask each other
Oh.
for assistance.
Bear to look at the queen and go, whenever you first became queen, did you feel prepared for it?
Goodness, no. I'm still not prepared for it. I mean, look around you. I've not done a very good job of keeping everyone tied together. We all make mistakes. And again, as he says that, she seems to reach, and this time she tries to hide the hair. That's a clearly cut clump of it behind more longer strands.
Baird will sort of lean down and he's basically sort of like completely crouched down to be on the level of this other cord and go,
Mm-hmm.
you shouldn't let a little bit of stage fright keep you from helping those you care.
Hmm. I'm still a little unsure of myself. All these feelings have been made worse by the fact that my mother left behind a special box. It was supposed to be a gift. And I haven't even been able to open it.
Is it here?
Oh, no, I left it back at the camp. It's in my home.
We could come and help you.
But
I think that,
Hmm?
despite
Really?
how you feel about it, they're already doing a job that many others would have already ran away. And you're doing wonderful.
She kind of forces a little smile.
Yeah, we'll go help you bust open that
Straightens out.
box.
It's an ornament. She rushes over, gets in your face. No smashing. It's an
No.
ornament from my mother, and it might have the last guiding words for me to lead my clan.
Maybe the box is the friends we made along the way, and maybe the box is in you.
Wait, we don't want to smash
Mhm.
your friends.
Oh, you
That's
should
true.
tell them to those two people.
I mean,
They
he
love
does
smashing each
occasionally want
other.
to smash Ulric, but that's because they fight for fun.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay, we won't
It's
break
not
the
always
box.
a bad thing.
Yeah, there's a good way to fight your friends. But let's go get this box. Let's get it opened up, and then we'll see where we go. What do they call they call you like a chief? They call you like a mayor, president, king. What's your official title?
What the president?
Just my Zelda of Slate. I'm just the head.
All right.
Oh, you're
All right,
just
head of
ahead.
slate.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get it figured
See,
out.
as you're beginning to offer help and generally kind of create the sense that maybe we can bring back the tribes, the queen sort of takes a seat by the chessboard and is putting her subjects back on the tiles and resetting the board. All the knocked over pieces, all the scattered pawns, she begins putting back in place one by one and straightening them, and just looking over them with a kind of ponderous like tone.
I'll start helping put the pieces back on, and I'll look towards her and I'll go. If there's anything you wanted to say, we can find a way to let you say it, even if it's something that happened.
You're trying to infer that
Yeah, it
you
maybe there's a deal that happened.
know.
Maybe it's yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Roll me a persuasion check.
I hope you're good at these. It's not bad for a 6.
I hope you're good at these.
Just gonna add some guidance. Okay. That is a success, even on a 6. We see Argental sort of go. My Zelda, why don't you show these folk the way and how to get to the Slate clan? Oh, right, yeah, of course. Follow me. And she starts gonna run down the stairs. So the trick to finding the Slate clan is you gotta, and then she starts like basically going off on how to find the directions, and she turns back to you, Baird, and says, well, there is something of an issue back in time. A sort of deal with the devil. Creeping Lynn. I don't know why. I don't know why we were ever convinced by her. She said that she'd see Yon to a bright new future. And as she says that, another burst of lightning flashes all around you, stretching the shadows of the henge across the board. We trusted her, and it's probably only got things worse. But
It's a
we
truthful lie.
entrusted
Some
her
people.
with. Mm-hmm. But I'm afraid it might have been just the first mishap in a long line of them. I only know what other deal she's tried to make with the rest of the Corrid, but she asked specifically for some strands of my hair. She used her nasty old scissors to snip them off. And, well, she's probably using them in whatever contraption she's got going on at Motherhorn. And but as you see the hand like gesture towards the parts where the strands have been cut, you almost have a painful flashback of your nightmare when I mentioned the cords holding back the curtains and such, suddenly wrapping around your neck and strangling you. There's a sudden phantom pain of that from your dream.
Baird will go. Is that literal? As in, like, I recognize, like, I think back to it and I say, like, that's literally what they are? Or is that more, Like a metaphorical
I mean,
connection.
no, in your dream, you saw like behind the stage, right? There would be the pulley system to pull the curtains back, was all tied up with this rope, and at first it looked like regular rope, but in the nightmare, you had more pressing things you were worried about. But
Mhm.
now, seeing her hair, remembering back, it was exactly the same texture and color.
She's using them in those to hold up her curtains. Use her pulley systems.
I I don't care what she's doing with them. I just wish I'd never made that deal. Ugh. Look,
If you want them back,
don't expect
the Junipers will
don't
find a
expect
way.
you to do that. I don't expect you to do anything for me, but unless there's something I can do for you. But right now I feel a little powerless. She sort of plays around with the queen piece in her hand, hesitant to put it back on the board. She just holds that one in her hands. Everyone else is sort of on the board, but seems to have some self-doubt
Of her own.
in her abilities as well. Yeah, exactly.
Baird sort of takes reaches over, puts the queen in his hand, puts it down on the board where it should be, and says, "You did everything you could to help the people you cared about. Just because someone lied and took advantage of it doesn't make the good you tried to do untrue."
Hmm.
Because
I
the
appreciate
hardest
those
thing
words.
are when bad things are done out of an intense love, especially when you didn't know they were bad.
Kind of nods in a knowing way, like she's like she agrees with what you're saying, but
What matters
perhaps she still has yet to
is what you choose to do.
embrace those beliefs.
And do the good for the future. Because no matter how dark your path, there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
There's another flash of lightning as you say that. Well, we'll see. I've not heard people talking in this hopeful tone in such a long time. She smiles and says, I'll try to hope.
We, the Junipers, will light the candle. Just give us our opportunity to do so. We can make it out of these
Alright,
caves together.
She nods and says, well, you best get going then. My Zelda's waiting for you.
Yeah, Baird will sort of turn, and he will reach into his pack and put he will hop into the portable hole and pick the figurine he thinks represents the whole of the Junipers the best and set it in the middle of the board.
What's this?
It's got to be the Juniper, right?
Yeah. Remember, there are pieces that don't match the sides you're expecting. And sometimes, they're the ones how everyone wins the game.
She thinks on that hard and long and hard. I'm gonna say that she's like thinking of the words to say. But she's not going to say them yet. She's going to say them when the time is right. But for now, yeah. You guys are free to head on after them.
Yeah. Baird will follow the others as he does.
Okay. All right. Let's see then. You guys following along with my Zelda?
Yep.
For Slate, they say, you gotta listen to the rain. The rain bounces off the slate in a peculiar pattern. You can hear your way to the Slate Clan. And as of right now, there's probably a lot of it. Everyone's in a bit of a sad mood since the passing of our leader, and of course, my mother. But we'll get there in time. Follow me.
Yeah.
And she
Can-
takes you along.
Can Baird play a tune that enhances and plays along with the rain as we walk?
Yeah, certainly. Let's see. Okay.
Excuse me.
Let's take you here and reveal a bit more of this map. So, the Slate Clan is actually one of the closer ones. And let's see. Right. The mountainside, you descend down. You see the corridors like to roll their way down these steps. Actually catch quite a bit of speed. Difficult to keep up with them. So they have to kind of stop every now and again just to let you catch up. Here you go. Here's Lockberry Henge. You guys have come down from this direction. Yeah, let's reveal it all here. There you go. Oh yeah, and she does mention the name, of course, and says, "I'm sure we can get all the heads to meet back at Lockberry Henge. That's where our Ganta will be waiting for everyone." There she is. Where's Slate? Oh, there she is. Okay. All right. So yeah, she tumbles down the hill towards nearby set of tunnels, and they come out onto another mountainside, where you see several stone homes standing, each with a uniquely ornamented platformed roof. They're all kind of like plated. And the artistry and care with which the tiles have been laid is obvious, and it is clear that the Slate Clan takes great pride in their work as well. And you see, along the way, Myzelda seems to get a little bit lost in thought. But she finally kind of nods, almost like she's been convincing herself, and says, "I think what we're doing is right. Trying to stand up to bitter end. I think if the clans got together again, might stand a chance. But it's going to take a great deal of courage. Not many people have got any hopes for the future anymore. This place is, in its current state, the last sort of dying death throes, I guess, of a world they once imagined. Still,
Hope is never dead.
You-
It's unkillable. Just beyond
Yeah.
those myths, and Baird will point towards like the edge of the map, like the myths, and go. You'll find out that these mountains are just as lively over there as they were at the beginning. Hope can never die. And neither can this place. Anyone who believes in a
Yes,
bitter end will find themselves sorely disappointed.
And I'll never die too. Why are you laughing?
Gloltic's like, didn't you actually die?
Right? If I actually died, I wouldn't be standing here. Sure, I've danced
Well-
with death a couple of times, but when it comes to dying, I got work to do. Oh,
I
I'll
think
die later.
you should knock on wood, I think.
Nope. No jinx in it. I know Big Z's watching over me. I got nothing to fear.
Boulder falls on your head.
If I'm lying, actually I'm not gonna provoke anything.
Yeah, I don't think you should.
I'm not lying, I'm just gonna say that.
What about the cookies?
Goltic, am I still
actually,
am
I
I
won't
st-
bring up the cookies.
I'm still standing, aren't I?
You came back, sure.
I'm just saying, how many people do you know have been through what I've been through and are still here to tell the tale?
Mm. Oh,
Right?
there's only
Come
one
on.
Vaike.
There's only there's actually two of us. Come on. You can't forget that handsome devil standing over there.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
Baird will say, much like courage, hope isn't an absence of despair, but rather believing in what's good in spite. No
Okay.
matter how much despair is in here, and he'll point it at her heart, hope will be there too.
He says, I guess confidence is key, I guess. I just wish I had the key to my box. Here, I'll come show you. And as she tries to hurry you along to her home, she is stopped by a great many Korred who are like, "My Zelda, you're back. We still got to figure out what we're doing with this expansion here. This architecture that needs your oversights." And she's like, "Oh, sorry. I've got people I need to attend to. I have an audience with these guys. They're like, you missed our meeting. What about our audience?" Like, oh, we'll get to that.
Hey. Give him some space, alright? We're on important business, alright? I'm Vaike, Moniker the Witchlight Carnival. This is important business we're attending to, alright? We'll be with you in a minute, alright? Hang tight, okay?
Another one says, like, "And who are you? My
I
Zelda,
just
you bring
said-
outsiders into our home?"
I just said who I am. Were you not listening?
You're nobody here.
Oh yeah, and who are you? What have you done for Prismy?
Well, I built the architecture. I built the henge. Lockberry henge.
Okay. Good on you.
Yeah.
Your architecture's brilliant,
That's right.
by the way.
Yeah, flattery won't work here. You're wasting my Zelda's time. Time she should be spent leading the clan.
And just a quick question: how many people have you punched in the face?
Hmm. Well, today, 0. But I could make that 1,
You know what? I was thinking
2,
the
3,
same
4. He
thing.
starts counting.
Okay.
He starts counting them up.
Aaron just gotta grab Vaike and go and look down, like get on this chords level and go. We're trying to help my Zelda with the ball. Trying to convince her to trust that you guys trust her leadership.
And if you don't, this will be the time to say so.
We're trying to make things better for everyone.
They kind of half roll their eyes. It's just a box.
But it's important. And
My Zelda says, "Look, yeah, I'm trying to do my best. All right. I'm sorry. This is all that my mother left for me. It's all I
Yes.
have to remember her by."
So get off their back, all right? Give us some space and let us figure it out, okay, man?
Whatever. They do start to disperse as you stand your ground. A couple of other Korrids who aren't speaking are much more saddened by the sight of this, and you can tell clearly some of the Korrids are perhaps still in mourning as well. And there's one section that seems to be a great deal of monoliths that have been erected in this kind of, I want to say, like mausoleum type structure. Clearly a monument to the previous head's legacy. Nonetheless, yeah, she takes a sigh, takes a deep breath, and sort of says, "This way." She's gonna like sniffle in a little bit.
I will
Hey,
offer
don't
her.
let him get to you. You're fine.
I will offer her a piece of cloth to blow her nose or
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah, a bit of mud comes out. You know.
I prestidigitate it clean and hand it back.
Okay, there you go. Very nice. She takes you to a well, you would expect the kind of head to have a much more lavish looking home, but she actually takes you to much more of a modest looking building, and next to it there's, I guess, a sort of like a pile of rubble that looks as though it was once kind of tall stony spires and archways, but it's like she sort of sheared it off. You imagine like a table where someone has, out of frustration, cleared the table with their hands, like, and thrown off everything off to the side. It's sort of like that, but with the rooftop. So instead of these kind of lofty spires, it's just a one flat slate roof, and it's like the crown has been torn away and tossed to the side in a crumbled pile.
If I was to gain
And she's
insight based on that, I would say that would it be because of her indication that she says she doesn't deserve to be leader? Does it seem to be a reflection of that?
possibly, and also it's something that may have been done out of frustration. You know, when someone's like, "Screw this," and they table flip, it's like that kind of equivalent. and she does immediately spot that you're looking at it, and she's like, I forgot about that. Apologies for the mess. I'll just get that tidied up while you make yourselves at home. And you see she quickly casts stone shape and basically shrinks all of that away, like almost as if she lifts up a rug in the earth and then just shuffles the big pile underneath a mound of earth. So now it looks much more natural instead of this broken up pile of structures. And yeah, she does this with relative ease. You see just this immense amount of power to be able to just lift up the earth and just move a great ton, like literally tons of rock in an instant. And she nonchalantly walks back in after like the whole ground has been settled with tremors. And yeah, inside there's humble tables and chairs set out. There's not much to this home that's noteworthy, except for one shelf that's been cleared for a space where there's this ornate adamantine-looking box, and she grabs it and hands it to the group to inspect.
I look at it,
And
and then I look at Garreth.
Ooh. Check. I might need your assistance.
Oh, right here. What are we
Do
looking
you know
at?
all those fancy boxes we opened in Gester?
All right.
See if we can do it here.
Okay. The top of the box depicts like a grid, a 4x4 with 9 slate squares that seem to slide around in any direction.
A sliding
That
puzzle
cannot be
no!
removed.
Oh no!
Each
Sliding
each
puzzle.
row, and I'm afraid so. Each row and column is carved with 1, 2, or 3 lines. Okay, and she says, "I've been trying for days to figure out what this is, but I felt like I came close once or twice, and then the damn thing's still jammed and won't open."
Just keep sliding. Just keep sliding. Just keep sliding.
I did for hours. You can't imagine the mental frustration. Look, well, it's in your hands now.
Give it here. I got it. I'll try to
are you-
solve it.
It's
Are
mine.
you sure, Vaike?
I got it. Watch. Can I try to solve it? Can I solve the puzzle?
I'm pretty good at puzzles.
What does
Yeah,
it
Go
use
on.
your hand.
I forgot you were here, Campestri.
I love him.
Oh,
That's our boy.
just staying quiet.
You can
Can I try to
looking at
solve
the
it?
Campestri like that.
Yeah, let's all solve it together.
Yeah.
Says Clapperclaw.
Poe and Toad's
Let's
party
just,
all standing around a puzzle.
Oh, it's real? I just thought I had to roll. I was gonna add a D10.
Okay.
Oh, it's real?
Never mind.
Oh, shit! It's not just a roll. Ooh.
Okay, so there's
Good luck, boy.
there's a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 3. Okay.
Oh.
Mhm.
Are
Okay,
these
a 1, a 3, a 2, and a 3. Okay.
so it needs that many? I know what kind of puzzle this is. Okay.
Yeah. Same.
But there's only 9.
Yeah. It only needs
Yes,
9.
it's how many is in each row. Like so you need to
Okay,
So
if you
1, 2,
add
3.
the stripes in the top row, it adds to 9, and in the left row, it's also 9.
Here, I need a piece of paper.
Same.
I can solve this in like 5 minutes.
Or
Oh.
try dragging one of these slate pieces if you could.
No.
Oh lord, not all of them.
Oh,
No,
you're,
it
yeah,
moves,
they're
it
all
only moves
selected.
all
Right.
of them.
There you go. You had them all selected. Just drag a box to unselect. Oh look! Oh my goodness! Someone's already off
But
to the races here.
I'm gonna keep my hands out of this. Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah,
Oh.
I want
I'm
other
gonna-
people to have fun.
I'm gonna go find
you know?
that. I'm gonna go find that little rock guy. I'm gonna get into a fight with him.
I'm
No,
gonna go.
don't,
Wait.
Garreth. Bear.
I'm gonna go kick a rock.
Wait,
They-
is this a solution?
Oh, Rick, you want to go get into a fight?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's
I
go.
get a-
Notice
Hey, Vaike, Ulric, fight each other.
you're doing a
and let people
puzzle.
bet
You're
on
doing
you.
a puzzle. You're doing a puzzle.
Wait,
Hmm.
Bert, check. I think it's already solved.
No, it's not. The bottom row on the left. Move it up.
What do you mean? No, the bottom row is 1.
There's one
I've
here
got-
for me, and there's one here for me.
Okay, no, that's not for me.
This is what it looks like. I'm posting in the Discord. That's what it looks like.
Uh, 1,
group.
3, 3, 2, 3. Yeah, that would be the solution.
Okay. Seems easy, right? At first. That's you think to yourself.
Yeah.
And Jack's like, hey, Garrett's got it. He did it. Easy. And that's when you hear a click on the side of the box. And my Zelda says, see, that's what I thought. I thought it would just bust open, but then this popped out. And
More
you
puzzle.
see on the side on the side of the box, there is an indentation. There's 3 of them, and one of them has popped out, like a locking mechanism, like a
Okay.
peg has just shot out from the side,
So
and
is
there seems to be 2 more.
Is there other solutions for the same puzzle? Or is it like, is that
Oh.
that thing that pops out? Is there a new puzzle there, or is there anything?
No, it's just a single peg that's popped out, and there's 2 more. And Jack kind of goes, yeah, that makes sense. Garreth, it couldn't just be one solution.
That's the second solution.
Huh? Oh, hold on. Before you do this, I was going to let someone else try.
Uh,
Is it though? Check.
Yeah,
Possibly.
it would be a second solution.
All right. Like, stop. You're showing off now, Gareth. Hey, let someone else have a go, huh?
I went to go
That
find,
does pop open. Does pop open another peg though.
I went to go
But
find
before
that,
you do the third one,
I went to go find that guy I was
Yeah, go
arguing
on.
with. You're with me, right, Ulrich?
Yeah. You,
Yeah, I'll hold you back.
oh,
Okay.
I'll let. Does Notus? Do you want to try your hand at this as well, or
No,
Yeah.
I'm good.
you're good? Okay.
These kinds of
All right,
puzzles are
then.
not my forte. I'm
okay.
good.
Okay. I'll let
could-
Sen try it as whilst you're doing that. Ulric and Vaike go to pick a fight. This corridor is like, all right, little to the left, move it up a more, and they're obviously
Right.
doing some sort of construction work,
There's a third solution.
and this was supposed to take you like 15 minutes, guys. What the heck?
Did it take the other party 15 minutes?
Baird and
Wait,
Gareth
the
are
other
like I feel like they've done this kind of puzzle before. I feel like they've made this puzzle for each.
Damn, that was quick. That is a third solution by the looks. Double checking it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, seems good. All right, so you just found 3 off rip. 1, 2. Yeah, they're different.
Yep. 3 unique
Yep.
solutions.
3 unique solutions and 3 slots in the base of the thing come popping open. Probably a good thing because you don't want to get Vaike and Ulric into a fight. So as they're like cracking the knuckles, doing some stretches, ready to stroll out and find that guy, you just hear like from the room, "Ah, we did it! Get back here!"
Oh, already.
Sorry, I don't speak common.
Get
I
your
was
butt
told you
in
we-
here! I call in Faye. In Sylvan.
Don't speak whatever that was.
I'll say get back here. Yeah, I'll use the Abyssal for Dummies, and I'll say get back here in Abyssal because he can speak Abyssal.
I can't speak. I do gotta listen to that one. Yes, Mom, I'm coming.
Oh.
You see the guy who's like in the construction site, and I look around for just a moment, double take, seeing you guys. You're about to square up to him, and then you walk away, and then he's like, "Yeah, that's what I thought," under his breath.
Did I catch that? Did I catch that, Chris? Tell me I heard that.
roll a perception check.
Does he have
Please.
disadvantage because of his flatulence?
Well,
No,
Oh.
just sort of flat.
my
Let's
character
see.
sheet
Ulric,
is
you can-
my character sheet is blank. Weird. I don't know why. But we'll try.
No, it looks good to me.
Might just be my thing.
It's probably because you're looking at a slate. I don't know. Oh, with a dual 16s, I think, yeah, you both hear it. Yeah. Like, yeah, he's like, yeah, walk away.
What'd you say, punk?
I'll hold Vaike back. Whoa, Vaike, we gotta go. We don't gotta worry about this guy.
I
Yeah,
said,
my boys
you
here.
sh- I said you should follow your gut and walk away.
You know, you'd make a good paperweight.
Mm. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's a great compliment.
Oh my
Vaike,
you made it
Vaike, he's
wrong.
in your head. Let's just go. Let's go.
In your head.
You get farmed by a
you're-
rock.
You're getting farmed, Vaike. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Oh, that's
It's
a
all right, it's all
compliment.
right.
A paperweight's a Wait, what do I say to piss him off?
To a Corrid, I mean, yeah, you're telling him
You
he's
look
a
soft.
sturdy.
Then I'll run away.
You're saying I'm sturdy, reliable. Wait, soft. I'll show you soft.
Oh. Let's get out of here, Vaike.
He said, he's like gestures with his hands. Bring the crane around, and you start to see this
Oh my god.
big, like stone crane with Corrid hair using the ropes, and at the very end, there's like a wrecking ball, and it starts swinging towards your direction. Let's see who's soft.
Wait, but it's like
Yeah.
corn size though. Is it big?
Oh, it's your Corrid size ball. Yeah, so it's like, I guess it is the size of like a small beach ball or something like that.
Can I just catch
You're
it?
right.
Can I catch it? Can I make a
Can we
strength check?
both try to stop it?
No, can-
Oh,
Do you just want to do
give
it?
me,
yeah, I just want to catch it.
Okay,
Like
okay,
athletics.
alright.
Can I just catch it?
I'll let him do it.
you can roll athletics. This is a tough roll though. It's swinging with quite speed towards you.
Oh wait, hold on.
Mm,
That's not good enough.
I stood
no.
back.
20? Yeah, I was actually looking for 25, but I was honestly
25.
thinking you could do it. Yeah, I was going high because this thing is built for the weight and strength to smash down things.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
I
say
can
that
do
you can take.
more. I could do more.
Can you now? I'm gonna say it's about the similar damage to the Grey Club on the ground, which would probably be
I can.
3d8 plus 6.
If you'll let me, I'll action surge and I'll roll again. See if I can roll higher than a 6.
You want to push a roll.
Action surge on a. I will say you can't action surge on it because it's coming for you right now, and it's just hitting you in that moment. But best someone could do to help is if Ulric comes in and helps. But
All right.
yeah, you definitely see him like
All
it
right.
slams into him, and you see him grinding across the floor. You definitely take like 15 points of bludgeoning damage, fake.
15.
If Ulric jumps in, he can save your
Yeah.
pride.
I'll jump
Save
in.
my pride. Save my pride.
Oh, brother. Literally. Oh,
we both
no.
just get knocked
get
down.
By a beach ball?
Bear comes out and you're like,
A 20 is not
Bear comes
enough
out,
for
like
a
we solved
beach
it, and
ball?
you guys are laid out on the
No.
floor.
Basically, yeah. I'll split the damage, actually. You can take 7, Vaike.
I looked down at Vaike
And I'll say Ulric can take the other half. There we go.
I looked
Or
down
you
at
can take
Vaike and
the-
Ulric and be like, why do you guys pick a fight with guys we know are like wielding rocks? They have the punch rocks, Vaike. They're made of them.
Iron beats rock.
Yeah, when this
Iron beats
this
rock.
boulder when this boulder hits you, you realize this isn't just rock. This is like a denser, heavier rock. Because of course, this is used to smash rocks. So this rock would very easily break if it kept on going at it all day. Instead, this is probably made from some sort of like tungsten or adamantine. In fact, yeah, I'm going to say it's adamantine. And you realize as it slams into you, this thing would never even chip from a single from a blade. Your weapons are more likely to dull on this thing than it ever would. And yeah, as it hits you, you take the wind out of your sails. You both get flattened to the floor. And yeah, the big Corrid kind of lumbers over. He wants to stand over the top of you, but he's still quite small. So he actually brings up a stone platform out of the ground to like look down over the top of you and goes, "Now who's soft?"
A little vine is gonna creep from behind him and trip him.
Oh no.
Hey guys, look at the new pavement we made. How's the gravel taste down there? And you can, I guess, try to trip him. I'll give him a dex check. Why not? See what he gets.
Oh my.
I can't roll for the life of me.
Okay. Oh, it's strength versus strength, I guess.
Yeah, it's whatever he's. I hope he's more strength than Dex.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely more strength.
Oh my
Oh, boom,
god!
25. See, that's yeah. He is unmovable. As you try to trip him, you realize that the ground he's lifted himself up on, his feet are actually sunk into it, and the hooves are part of the rock itself. And so when you try to trip, it's like you're moving the entire stone structure, and it's like snicker snack at this point. We'll say
2 failures. 2 failures.
yeah, exactly.
Losing.
Baird will walk up and look down at Vaike and Ulric.
Whoa. You embarrass yourself one more time.
Whoa!
One more time.
One more time. All right. Calm down. I've had a pretty good track record up to this point. Haven't embarrassed myself 3 times in a row. Don't tell me you're losing faith in me.
You're embarrassing me.
You know, it's just something's been off about me today, dude. It feels like someone poisoned me while I slept or something. I don't know. I think that's what's wrong with me. You didn't happen to see anything when I was sleeping, right?
I don't have eyes.
You don't have eyes?
And I know snitches.
Oh, great.
they go silent after that.
Unwillingness to stitch on the nephew of the one who made really funny.
Wow.
That's family right there. That's family for you.
Oh, brilliant. Okay,
Thanks,
well,
bro.
back in
Garreth present.
Hmm?
Because
maybe.
Zabilna made Snicker Snack, meaning that Snicker Snack is Zabilna's kid, meaning that Garreth and Zabilna are cousins. Garreth and Snicker Snack are cousins.
Snicker cousins.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now get off my building site.
All
right.
Look up at this gentleman and help Ulric and make up and go, why?
I'll get up myself.
30
and I'll
seconds,
walk
you
away. Look,
I didn't even do anything.
look, all I gotta say is I haven't been feeling too hot today, and I don't know what happened to me.
Yeah, everyone has off days, you know.
I'm not normally this gassy, and it's really affecting my performance. I couldn't imagine what sick individual would do something like this to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, that's my smiley face.
It's really made me quite the laughing stock and fool Feels like everyone's been ganging up on me today. I can't figure out why.
I think.
Hey,
you're-
do you have any more of that clown makeup, Ulric?
Yeah, I think it fit me.
Nope.
Ah.
I'm the clown of the
Well-
party. Okay. The clowns is a bit much. I don't think we need to oversaturate clownage in the party.
Well, we got one that looks like one, and we got one that actually is one.
Just playing with the puzzle.
Well, yeah. Well,
How'd you get in the middle?
Well, now
Uh.
they're not locked to the box because of
it's true.
because
I guess
box is called-
exactly. Yeah, the third peg of the side slot seems to unclock itself, and the top sort of slides free, and you can open the box. But my Zelda hears that sound and kind of rushes over and says, "Wait, did you do it? Is it
Yeah.
fixed? I mean, that
It
was
wasn't-
quick.
it
I've been
wasn't
trying
just-
hours with this thing.
You were overthinking it.
You just
Like you're overthinking how well you would do as a leader.
It starts with looking at your options and then cross off the options that definitely don't work and then keep going until you're at a solution.
And once you're at a solution, then you can start moving the other pieces around to find all your other options as solutions.
She nods and begins to open up the box. And inside is a pendant made of slate hanging on a chain. And the slate has a small carved inscription on it that is in Sylvan. And so those who can read it would definitely spot it. And
I would look at it
Right.
out of curiosity.
There's a fourth solution.
And the
No
box
way.
blows up.
is it?
Yeah, it's a fourth solution.
Oh no. That's not good. Jack goes, uh-oh. I guess that means there better be 8 solutions.
Keep
We can't end this on
Garreth.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Jack just quickly scrambles. No, we didn't see this. We didn't see that. Just resets it.
I imagine Jack
No.
was the one who found the fourth solution. It was Jack. He sees it. He looks at it and goes,
No.
And just shakes the box, like shuffles it. Oh, man. It was like, Garreth, you didn't see that.
See what?
No, like, just pukes in the corner.
But yeah, I do kind of look at the pendant as she's holding it out of curiosity more than wanting to snoop.
It says, always lead by example in Sylvan. And you see my Zelda kind of, there's a smile on her face, and there's a little bit of tears of joy. Salty tears, I guess, from a rock. And she sort of starts to kind of swallow hard and goes, This is her last words. She must have made this before she knew her time was up.
It seems like
Um,
she knew who she could trust.
She nods as well, and I recognize her carving. This pendant is also, I believe, a special type of slate that we've always held in our tribe. It's magical.
Hmm.
And there is this kind of otherworldly sheen to it. As she places it over her head, there's sort of a slight kind of scraping sound, almost like a whetstone being s- sharpening like a blade, like a shling shling. And she suddenly is kind of wide-eyed as she says, "I've recognized the wisdom my mother's left me, but I don't need magic to know that."
And the
She looks
bear
at the slate. Yeah.
will tap her on the head and go, because it was in here all the whole time, correct?
Because you guys reminded me. And she actually takes the necklace back off and says, "No, your words reminded me as much as my mother's. And you're right. I feel like I want to do this. I want to lead my tribe with what I know. And I know I'll make mistakes, but I know as long as I make the choices that are right in my heart, then I'm sure my people will be behind me. They'll have my back. Like you guys seem to have your each other's backs. Or at least you try to." She kind of giggles at the mishap Vaike and Ulric got themselves into. Um,
As I said, they like to
says,
fight for fun.
Yeah, you got strong people here. They're gonna need a strong leader, and I think you fit the bill. I wouldn't worry.
she smiles and says, "Maybe, maybe you're the example that I need to follow as well."
Hmm?
Yeah, you've reminded me there's still hope here. And you seem to exude a sense of joy and determination that the Korrid clan have seemingly lost for a long time. And you've already helped one clan, maybe two now. I think we owe you something.
It's fine. Putting a smile on those grouchy construction workers' faces, it was worth it.
If there's anything you
Mm.
owe us, it's to take up responsibility and make this place happy again.
I will try. But she looks down at the pendant, looks up at you guys, and says, "I can give you."
Hmm?
The actual pendant itself, she kind of holds it aloft.
We didn't.
Says, "The words are all I needed to hear or read. I don't need the magic to know what I need to do. And if you guys are gonna face bitter end at the end of this all, then maybe you'll need it more than me.
Whoa, it's not an if. It's a when. So if you think it can help us, we'll be more than happy to accept it.
It's a symbol of their
nods and
friendship.
says-
with us. One will hold to.
She says, I'd like that. Please. Accept this gift from me. And she holds up the pendant. And she looks around the group, actually. And I guess she'll roll an insight check herself. Which isn't all that great. She hasn't known you for too long, but
She would still have the magic.
she's
for
trying
the
to
moment.
look.
Put it on for a moment.
Yeah, it doesn't give her wisdom, but rather it sort of more helps with overcoming
it-
something.
A necklace of clarity, or what's it called?
No, it's not anything like that. Notus, I could ask you, who in the party is most likely giving off the greatest fear in the party?
Do you know the answer to that question?
You know the answer to that question.
Mm-hmm. Probably is bad, but
Well, I mean, generally, yes, bad, but also depending on the
Oh.
situation. Like, we've seen Ulric terrified when his mum came at him.
That's
We've seen
fair.
Garreth terrified when he found out his sister was Granny.
Oh, that wasn't terrified. That was anger.
Well, yeah, I know it was anger, but, like, you're still fearful that your sister
Yeah.
is dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, bad.
Okay. Just checking one thing. Yeah. All right then. So they lean towards you, Baird, and they say, perhaps this will help you. She hands you the slate pendant. Do you put it on?
Yeah, I will. I'll put it on.
After a moment or two, perhaps getting used to its magic, as it feels like it's sharpening something in your mind. It's sharpening your wit and bracing you against the storm that you know is yet to come. This slate pendant is made of 3 circles fused together, and you feel all of that fear from the night before, all the terror that came with those moments suddenly wash away. This slate pendant has the ability to end the frightened condition on yourself. So it is pretty useful in the right circumstances. But
Baird looks at it and he looks up and yeah, Baird looks like he is like the mask completely slips for a moment and you see as Baird starts to cry a little bit. Like he just like the relief of that pressure on the back of their head just like slips for a moment as they You. Why? Me, of anyone here, I didn't do anything.
Feel like the Feywild is guiding you to us. Perhaps this is meant for you in this most worrisome of times.
Baird will reach into his hat box and pull out a charm from the bracelet of charms and hand one of them to Mazelda.
My Zelda? Yeah. Oh. Okay, which one is this? Is it like one in particular, or is it?
I think it's one of the few chickens that are on there.
Okay.
And Bear just
She
says,
like says, "Oh,
even if things change and time passes and things aren't easy to remember, I'll be your friend, my Zelda."
this is wonderful. I love it. I'll see if I can wear it." And she like makes a makes a little string out of her own hair, to tie it around her neck. Well, I'm going to address the clan now. I'm going to try and convince them that we should join with the rest of the tribes. And she begins to step outside into the construction yard and says, "Everyone, I'm ready for that meeting now. If we could all gather around the monolith, the mausoleum to my mother, I have a few words I want to say." And yeah, you see everyone sort of drops what they're doing, begins to head over, and I won't go too long onto this, but she begins to give this motivational speech about how this is the time to take back Yon from bitter end.
Let's make Yon great again.
Let's make Yon
No,
great
no.
again.
Yes.
Jack, get the hats.
No.
All right. Yeah.
Notice, can we make
Everyone, can we set up a merch stall?
some more?
Yeah, she says, I all know how you've been feeling like this future is the grimmest, worst timeline possible. But clearly we were just holding out for these amazing heroes to arrive and change it all. But more so to remember that there's a hero in each of us. You just have to have that hope. And my mother told me that I need to lead by example. These guys have shown me how to handle this oppressive world and this sadness. We're not gonna sit here and mourn. We're gonna avenge my mother. We're gonna avenge the Feywild. Prismere and everyone in it will carve out a new future. We're builders. Why stop here? We can just knock down the whole... We'll just knock down Motherhorn. We'll build it up from anew. And the camper, she's like, "Oh, I'm sure the theater is quite lovely, but maybe a redesign, something like
Professor,
that."
shut up, dude. Just dude. Dude, you're ruining the moment.
Oh, apologies. Point is, we're gonna build our own future. We don't need bitter end to strike fear into our hearts or rule us. We had a ruler once, a kind and caring one. This isn't what she had in mind for her subjects. And speaking of, I want everyone to stand behind our Gantel. We're gonna meet at the Lockberry Henge. Everyone, all the clans together, and we're gonna decide what's next. And everyone seems to be like suddenly a bit dumbstruck at the passion and the motivation that she kicks into high gear. And yeah, she's saying this. She like uses again some of her stone magic to carve out. As she's saying this, like the structures suddenly pour up out of the ground
Does she
using
make-
her spell casting. And
Does she make a statue of Zaelong?
I mean, yeah, sure. She kind of makes like this whole like new kingdom. Like in her vision, she like carves out all the mountains. They all like shape into kind of towering structures and homes. And you see tiny little figurines and statuettes of all the people of Yon and Prismir, and they're all kind of like looking happy and smiling faces. You see like the pylons kind of get knocked down, and she creates this whole kind of landscape of and miniatures. And alongside it, yeah, you see a little miniature statue of Zaelong in one of the parks that she has in mind.
Are the Junipers together in these miniatures?
Yeah, with a keen eye, you probably spot a few of them. Yeah, yeah. They're like triumphant over like the rubble of Motherhorn, standing atop it. And yeah, then yeah, you see there's a great cheer from the rest of the Correds. And they seem to have regathered their kind of hope in changing something here. So she says, when the rest of the tribes are ready, we will meet at Lockberry Henge. For now, we prepare. And yeah, she steps down from the pedestal and gives a few handshakes to people. Takes some photos. I don't know. Yeah, she
Some
gets
autographs.
some selfies. Well, when I say photos, what I mean is like she'll sign some slate autographs, and as like the equivalent of photographs would be someone makes like a statue, like they quickly chisel out a statue of someone as they're shaking hands with like the construction yard workers. There you go. Perfect. She looks to the group and says, all right, well, I'm gonna gather everyone. I got lots of work to do now that I've earned the confidence of my people. But if you want, I can have you led to the next Corrid clan, or Argantul can lead you there. If you want to head back to Lockberry Henge and then go from there, it's not too far from here. But it's up to you. Where do you want to go?
Next clan might be best, I think.
Okay.
Next clan.
So she says there's going to be we got Obsidian. Oh, actually, you know what? She looks towards the two brothers and says, "You know, if it's a fight you really want, the Obsidian clan are brawlers. Their leader, Null, he is a fierce warrior.
He may need
You can
some.
always hear the yeah.
fighting for convincing?
Oh, for sure. If you hear smashing rocks in the distance, you're probably getting close to his sparring ring. Just follow that sound. Smashing boulders, cracking sounds. You'll be getting close.
Well,
Wait,
sounds
sparring
like we
ring? A fighting ring?
sounds like we know where we're going.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can go there if you like. Only mention it seeing as you guys seem to be feisty. But there's plenty of others. But I guess you guys really aren't like fussed about which kind of order you do them in, and I guess.
No, I don't. Unless
Right.
there was one in like particular danger, we
Yeah,
probably wouldn't.
we'll save
Mm.
them for last. The ones that need us the most.
No, if there's one in like direct danger, we'd probably head to that one. But I don't think we're too worried about the order unless there was an order that that was suggested by the other Chorids, like, oh, this one
Yeah.
has a problem that'll solve this one's problem, or something. But
Mm-hmm.
we don't know
Well, I
the.
think you actually
Hmm?
unwittingly solved one of the more pressing ones with the Budok of Flint. The mite infestation was definitely one of the more pressing ones as it happens.
Okay, yeah.
Although, let me see.
Well, if they don't come to the gathering, then they can't share their particular problems, so we can't know what their issues are.
I'm sure that
Right, exactly.
Argental has at least some degree of what's
Just
going on. So
some tabs, yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so if you want to head back up to Lockberry Henge, that's no problem. Gantul, you can share the news with them,
yeah.
or you can. Well, all right. She hears the news and says, "The Slade clan. Well, that's great news. You're fast workers, it seems. I gotta
Hey,
say, step by step, you're bringing hope back.
mm,
If it's if it's a fight you're looking for, then yeah, definitely the Obsidian clan would be next. They've been more aggressive than usual. Noel is just challenging everyone, even me. They
oh,
said that they wanted to challenge me for the right to rule the tribes, but that's not usually the way we do things. We don't
mm,
fight over rulership. It's very unlike him.
is he
Unlike the
usually
customs of the Korred.
more solid in his beliefs, less fluid than
He's
this?
he's definitely a fierce warrior, but that fierceness is also shown in his loyalty to the clans. He used that strength to lead people, not to wrestle control.
Mm,
But
we can
I don't know
go.
what's got into him.
We can go and, if nothing else, knock him down so we can talk to him.
Yeah, it seems like you need, if he's challenging you for the throne, seems like you need someone to go fight in your stead.
All right. Well, if that's the case, and she begins to chisel out a piece of what's it? Oh my goodness. Argantil is from shale, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So she carves out a piece of shale from her own monolith and shapes it into a sylvan like symbol marked with a an A, like and a second letter as well, basically kind of like her initials. So it's sort of like AG. In any case, she says, "All right, well, you can use this if you wish as an official envoy of Argantel, and the right to fight in my stead."
Jumping Junipers at your service,
Ooh.
Your Majesty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, stop it with that. Just Argantel's fine. Here you go. And yes, my Zelda's right. Follow the sounds of smashing boulders and such.
Do we hear smashing boulder sounds?
I'll be too distracted.
Now that your ears are kind of keened in on it, there is the sounds of like distant crashing and crackling sounds, which you thought was perhaps lightning dislodging stones, causing minor landslides, but now you hear it. It's more kind of like there's a rhythmic sound to it as well. Yeah, almost like the sort of similar sounds you would hear in a boxing ring with like a 1-2 punch type kind of combination. It's like
Sure.
you're hearing that, like a bang bang.
We're home, Ulric. We're home.
Finally.
Baird will lead over to Argantel and go, I think the reason we didn't notice the sound is we were too busy listening to Vaike and Ulric butt heads. It sounds very similar.
Did you say something? All right, let's go. We'll be back. with Good news.
Hasta la vista.
All right, sweet. In that case, then you roll on down the mountainside towards the Obsidian Clan. There's not any particular map or place I need to put you on for this, but we will say that
In the underground.
it is definitely underground. Okay. So, as described, you follow the sounds. The caves are quite maze-like, yeah, you could say, Ulric, but you don't get lost thanks to Ulric's sense of direction.
If we go to a dead end, we could just go back and follow him. So
Precisely. So that's not an issue at all. The ground becomes almost a little bit. I don't know. The ground starts to kind of shake and tremor as well as you're getting closer towards it. Definitely hear some heavy thuds in the earth. And they're like, Clabberclaw's like, they're really going at it, huh? And Squirt's like, man, I really wish I had arms. I would love to get in a fight one day. That would be cool.
Do you wanna ride on my shoulder while I get into a fight?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's not the same.
hide
thing.
under the armor.
Vaike, you're gonna get him dented.
Oh, and like you didn't try to eat him. When do you start caring about his well-being? All right.
I'm just saying,
Look,
that's different.
look. You want him to ride on your shoulder, conveniently next to your mouth. All right. Look, Squirt. Don't listen to this guy. All right.
Baird will help
All right.
Squirt nestle in, like in between Vake's armor and his shoulder, to where he'll be protected by the shoulder piece of armor.
Yeah, he gives a drop of oil on some of like your harnesses, just to keep it well oiled.
Mm-hmm.
That bit was squeaking a little.
Thank you.
There you go. He over oils it. Do you want some oil in your head, like, swoosh it back?
No.
Oh, okay. Can I oil your chest? I heard wrestlers do that.
Well, hold on. That might need help with that a little bit later. We're ready to
What's
put
up,
the show. Whoa, what did you like to know?
Yeah.
All right.
What's happening?
They're
All right.
arguing about who gets to oil their chest.
It's obviously gonna be me.
Well, Jack can help.
Okay.
I can help you with that.
Nah, I'm good, Jack.
It's scented.
Ugh. You know, somehow, Jack, you remind me of a child and a grandma at the same time.
It's the childlike wonder and the hag-like magic combined.
I'm sorry. That must suck. It's a curse and a
Yeah.
blessing.
Exactly. The sounds of sparring can be heard echoing off the rocks as you approach an elevated stone ring in this subterranean cavern. And there is a group of dark-haired Corrids standing quietly watching, which is an odd atmosphere for you two. You'd normally expect like cheering and roaring from the crowd, like, and ooh, as they grimace from another like blow, but this is kind of a nervous, slight, I guess, just nervous sort of look from the crowd. And surrounding the two, fighting with jet black weapons, the older Corrid moves with ferocity, whilst the younger one seems very hesitant and shaky, attempting to more defend themselves from the onslaught. And let me take you to the map. Of course, there's a battle map for this one. Welcome to the Obsidian Ring. Oh yeah, here we go. I'm gonna drag you on.
It's a dice.
I guess it is, yes. Actually, it'd be somewhere on the bottom side,
Oh my god, this guy looks
coming
terrifying.
up these stairs.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, he looks absolutely crazed as you get to the top here. Here you guys are. So you climb up these steps, get to the top, and that's when you see the crowd. And yeah, there's suddenly a shattering of stone as the obsidian axe comes crashing into the stonework. And this poor little feeble Corrid rolls out of the way, breathing heavily, almost
Does
as if
he-
that one would have seriously done some damage.
Does the crowd look more like they want to get involved but they can't? Or do they look like
Right.
I want to I'm trying to gauge if we got involved in defense of the smaller Corvid, how the crowd would like want us to be. Like, would they want us to do that? What's the social sort of like layup of everyone here?
Roll an insight check.
Of course.
Meanwhile, the Campestry's like, fight, fight, fight.
Vaike will also fight.
Take his head off.
Oi!
Make him bleed.
Yeah, a 16. You can tell the crowd they're on the edge of their seat, but for the wrong reasons. This isn't a fight anyone's relishing in and enjoying. This is a fight that they see as overzealous and too far. Like the fight has gone, or even the fighting in general has kind of gone too far, and they look genuinely worried about the safety of the smaller Corrid, who clearly doesn't look like a match for Noel. And unmistakably, this must be him. His beard is much more wild and larger than the rest of the Corrids. He's got these face tattoos that are kind of jagged spikes over the eyes and brow, kind of accentuating these vicious and frowning looking expressions.
I'll say to the crowd a short apology as I stand up, like making myself known, like clear, like so they can see what I'm doing. I'm not trying to like sneakily do this. I'm doing this as a to be like I'm trying to ingratiate myself to the crowd as I do this, essentially.
Mm-hmm. What are you saying, sorry?
I'm casting Calm Emotions.
Oh, are you? Okay. On these two here, yeah. So wisdom saves.
No, yep. He fails.
Fails, eh? Okay.
Mhm.
So you can end charmed, frightened, or make
I can
someone
make
go
him.
from hostile to sort of
Yeah,
neutral.
Yep.
Indifferent. Okay, got it. In that case, then you definitely see as they look towards you with these bloodshot, crazed eyes. There's almost like this red glow coming from them that suddenly simmers and extinguishes back into this sort of just dark black pupils. And nonetheless, he's still pretty angry that there's an interruption into the fight and jumps up onto the lip of the ring here and comes face to face with you and says, "What's the interruption for? Who are you? More contenders?"
You were about to kill him.
No, this is merely a sparring match.
You say this, but your body said otherwise.
I'm all right. I'm all right. They seem to be nursing a wound. Several of their joints look cracked,
And I
and
don't
they're
think
covered
that,
in
and
covered in chips of rubble from the stone floor.
And I don't think if you were in the right mind, you would like if you did that.
Look,
Garreth.
this world is unforgiving. This world will break you. I'm teaching them a lesson that we need to be strong, that we need to be resilient. Otherwise, we will be crushed into dust.
Garreth, can you see if it's a curse?
Can I detect curses? I believe it's a
Detect
cleric
curse.
spell.
You can roll an insight check, Gareth. But if you want to determine if there's
Insight.
magic here, it will be more of a detect magic spell.
Which I don't think I've got.
This guy is clearly just worked up from all the adrenaline from the fight, and probably just that's why he's got this demeanor. Because you caught him like mid-fight. If someone was to interrupt, like Garreth, Vaike or Ulric in the middle of the fight, you know, they're pumped up. They're in that mode, and you have Ulric and Vaike. They know more than anyone. You have to be in a mentality that this person is your enemy. You have to kind of make it real for your mind in order to hit someone who is your friend or even a brother. You kind of have to get into a mindset that everyone around you is a hostile enemy, right? Fight or flight type stuff. So unleash the beast, so to speak. That's what you're kind of reading on them.
Hey,
No curse there, per se.
It's time to fall back in line. Queen is calling all the tribes back together.
Queen. Pah! She's no queen. No. She had her chance to lead.
You're challenging the queen then?
So she's given us express orders to make you bend the knee, no matter what. So you got two options. You got me, or you got the big ugly one over there. And I'll gesture towards Ulric.
Nah, that's me. Please be me.
Bend a knee? Sounds like you're insinuating I serve her. Quite the opposite.
From what I understand, you usually aren't this bloodthirsty.
If you couldn't tell, our world out there has been ruined as a result of the hag.
And you're only.
And who
contributing
aided
to it.
that hag? No. Argantil contributed to it. She's the one who gave her hair.
And she's trying to make it right.
Look, yeah, man. Everybody
By
makes
making
mistakes.
deals with the hag?
If you were in her position, you may have found yourself doing something similar for the sake of your people.
Or something worse.
I've seen good people do many a bad things, thinking that they may have been good. And I've seen bad people do good things for the sake of their evil.
How long does this spell last, by the way, the calm emotions?
It lasts a minute. I will recast it
Hmm.
gladly if I have to. But
You will, actually, at this point. Okay. Let me roll another wisdom save. 14.
that is a
Because of your charisma slightly lowered, isn't it?
mhm.
Okay, alright. They suddenly kind of shake out for this out of the spell. And they point an obsidian axe in your direction, and they say, I'll gladly accept your challenge. You'll be next, but first. And he hops back into the ring. We need to finish our traditional ceremony. And the Korrid, suddenly realizing they're back in the fight, as Noel comes down hard with that club.
Who do you point at? Me or Ulric? I told him to pick.
I guess at Vaike, because you were the one speaking, right,
Oh.
and
I
mentioning
suppose.
this. But he didn't look too fussed, I'll be honest. Let me swing a second one with his multi attack, and this one will be on the ground as well. So the first one clocks them on the head, and then they sweep out the legs. And so this one, you realize there's a reason why this Korrid is so much smaller than the others. They're just a youngling, and you hear their voice as they kind of fall to the floor. It's a little higher pitched than the others.
Baird is gonna look at Ulric and Vaike and go, he's beating a child. Have to be involved now.
Yeah. And I'll land in the arena.
They turn.
You're harming a child
You!
in Izmir.
No, I'm honing a soldier.
You're harming a child.
Look, buddy, it's not personal. It's nothing. Just, Big Z. You know what Zybona's rules are. I gotta follow them.
Knock him
I
out.
don't want to do this. I respect your cultures, protect the tradition, and all that. But there's a point where it's excessive.
They say, "Oh, you cure wounds them." Noel suddenly just,
Fight's
you'll dull the
over.
blade if you do that. You do not understand our traditions. When a youngling comes of age,
Then
they
why
must
are all these adults here in fear of what you'll do? You're wrong here, sir.
when a youngling comes of age, they do battle to prove themselves a warrior. They then hone their own blade of pure obsidian and duel the leader of the clan. This is our way. And you see that the weapon that they have tried to defend themselves with has cracked, shattered, and it's laying in pieces on the floor.
And you are
And
doing nothing
they try to.
except for breaking those that would have the capability to grow.
You see the Korrid try to clamber out, Garreth. If you're cure wounding them, they'll take your hand as you like reach out to them, and they'll lift themselves up, and they're like, "I surrender! I surrender!"
He has to live another day to grow.
You dishonor the clan, youngling.
You dishonor Prismere.
No,
No.
as soon as he goes to pursue him, I'm gonna grapple him. I'm gonna just put a
Okay,
hand on his
all right.
shoulder and be like,
Ugh.
your fight's not with him anymore. It's with us.
Fight's done.
He turns as you turn him, and I think with that he sees that as a challenge and will tense up his arms. You hear him putting all the effort into doing a spinning swing with his axe, and I think we'll roll for initiative there.
I presume
Also
that since they
checking the
haven't gotten
time.
involved, the crowd has not reacted negatively to us doing this.
No, but they are like clearly one of them runs around as soon as the Korrid gets out of the ring. One of them, presumably perhaps the mother or father, is going to rush over to them and like shelter them from any further harm, and like tries to get them as far away from the ring as possible. The other ones look like they're like folded their arms. They're like, "What is happening?"
We won't kill him.
They kind of tilt.
So he's obviously out of his
You
mind.
hear?
Oh, no, not you. I want to ask you something.
Yeah. What do you want to ask, Garreth? Real quick.
Has your leader always been this way? This
No.
forceful?
The-
What happens?
What he says is correct. It's his tradition, and the boy is of age. But normally the leader just makes a show of it before ultimately surrendering, allowing the youngling to enter adult honorably. But since Null went to Motherhorn, well, he's come back and only ever destroyed his opponent, and every opponent thereafter. I don't know what the hag did, but he came back changed. He's never been the same since he met Bitter End. All right, so you can inquire more information as the fight unfolds, but I'm sure Ulric, Null, and Vaike are stepping into the ring against this guy.
Oh,
Yeah, so I see I already have
Okay.
a divine favor up. We say just as I landed into the pit, I casted it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, sure. I'll allow that. You know,
Initiative.
also going to say, since he has a particular bloodlust and is already pumped up, I'm going to actually say it's advantage on initiative. Since he's also trying to make the first move here as well. Also, screw rolling with dex. I'm rolling with strength.
You can do that? When do I get to do that? What? When do I get to do
Oh my
that?
god!
He is under some sort of bloodlust. You see in his eyes, they glow with a sudden red, and their obsidian axe has this
I will say I'm also involved
sharp
in this.
sheen
I'm not
to it
really
as
out
well.
here to respect a ring being ran by someone who's
Okay.
farming children in Prismere.
Whoa, whoa.
I'll
This
add you
was-
on. Oops, I just rolled for you. Let me clear that. Sorry, roll that yourself. And Notus, what are you doing during all of this?
I'm kind of watching the
Damn.
the crowd itself for any, like, I imagine they're all kind of the same color. I'm just looking for
Yeah, a lot of them are.
discrepancies in the crowd.
There is a discrepancy from a couple of the kids. These are the younglings over by the other side of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And these two, whilst clearly concerned about this is a recurring thing that Noel has been doing, like beating younglings into the dirt, right? So for them, this isn't like a surprise or something. They maybe become jaded to this. They're actually showing us signs of worry, but it's like a misplaced kind of worry. Roll me an insight check, actually, Notice. We'll see what you get. Because their worry is about something different, but their body language might tell you what it is. Okay. The only thing you see them doing is they're kind of looking away from the ring and just in that direction. But you look over there yourself, following their eyes. You don't see anything over there, but there's a worry on them, like an emotion of worry, but you have no idea what it is or why they're looking back in that direction.
Okay.
They do whisper amongst themselves occasionally.
I'm gonna sort of let these guys fight out their fight, and I'm gonna sort of start to mosey my way round.
Mm-hmm. Towards those fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they seem to be like talking to each other's ears occasionally here, but we'll see if you can get a better insight once you overhear their conversation, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
For which you can probably roll a perception check as you get closer. They're trying to be quiet, and you got the sounds of roaring from Noel as he works himself up into a rage. "Ah, come on, both of you at once!" Okay, 16.
Apparently, Jack is following me.
Yeah.
Jack will always be our help out.
Yeah, I'm sticking around, as they say.
Are you just worried you're going to get squashed?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Notice is now holding Jack by the hand.
Yes, 100%.
No. Could feather fall a boulder if it tries to land on me.
You won't get squashed. Don't worry.
No, I'll get gourded. I'll get gored. No, that was
Nothing will happen.
Oh dear. I feel sick now. Alright, so the two kids are just discussing something like I will need to check another map real swiftly. They'll say
By the way, did you
damn.
add the
Okay.
the slate necklace to my sheet? Or are you gonna do it after?
No, I'll do that when we end the session.
Mhm.
Should be fairly soon. I'm just gonna say what you hear from these little corrids. Okay, so they're like, what are we gonna do? We can't go searching for them. Too dangerous. But if we leave now, Noel's gonna get mad. But and then the other kids are like, I don't blame him. He wants to stick around for this. I would dodge my initiation ritual if it was this bad.
There's a missing kid.
And they're like, yeah, but they've been missing for so long now. What if they got into danger? And the others are like, where do you think they went? And there's just a back and forth. They're discussing what sounds to be like some missing younglings. And then one of them says, they're with the Basalt clan. I'm sure they're fine. And then another one says, that's exactly what I'm worried about. The Basalt are always pilfering those caves, the forbidden ones, you know? The hot stuff. You mean lava? Yeah, that's it. Okay, now I'm worried. So, yeah, that's what you hear. The kids are perhaps concerned about their friends. One of them is Basalt, one of them's from the Obsidian clan, and they've gone missing. And they're obviously a little bit worried about bringing this up because it sounds like they know about it, and they don't want to take the blame for like not stopping them or something like that.
They don't want to be punished as the messenger.
Meanwhile, right, exactly. And with Null being as aggressive as he is, it seems there's only one punishment in order for that. For now, though, we will have to wrap up here, and we'll resume with a stone-splitting sequel next week.
Next week.
As Ulric, Vaike take on Null of the Obsidian clan.
Whoa.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
terrified.
All
I'm
right.
shaking in my boots.
I mean, yeah, you saw his damage. Like 3d8 plus 6. Ooh, it's 22 damage.
It only has a
That's like
+6
over
to
half your
hit.
health weight.
Hey.
Hey,
What's the worry about him?
Plus 6.
What's the
Oh, they got
I
plus
get-
9 to hit.
Hey, plus
I get
9
a roll. I get a roll
What's-
initiative with strength.
Yeah, he's obviously under some sort of magical rage.
I'll get there one
It's-
day.
Whatever bitter end did to him, it has clearly empowered him, but also made him uncooperative to the extreme. Till then, we will close up for today. Thank you guys for playing. Thanks for any watching. We'll see you all next week. Bye bye.
Next week.
Bye-bye. Bye.